Welcome back to Roots of Heaven. This is session number 17 entitled Sifford's Crypt. Last session, the group entered into the bowels of the Richter's mine, and they found that past the dragon's um, dead position, in the dragon's cave, in the section of the mine that was the dragon's lair, they found that all of the dead kobolds and the dead dragon had seemingly left, which is obviously a problem. They then opted to continue deeper into the place and found another one of the strange gates, similar to the gates they found in Sifford's Pass, and they used the keyword that they have learned to enter into that space. When they first entered in, they were confronted by a blue dragon of a young age in a sand-filled room. After about a minute or so of fighting, they finally defeated the creature. They didn't rest long afterwards. They opened a door, and inside were two Lamia, which, for those uninitiated, female top half, panther or cat of the plains bottom half. Um, and they were very hostile from the outset. So a new fight has started, and if I remember correctly, it's not going terribly well for the group. So we are just going to continue from there. Jai, you are up on the initiative docket. As we discussed, the Eldritch Cannon has plenty of time. The Druid Spores form has plenty of time. Jai, your singing is basically eternal. How would you like to go about your turn? Okay.
I'm gonna start with this on myself because I'm not doing so good.
I presume that would be a killing word. Okay.
This one here that's closest, DC 16 Wisdom save for a vicious mockery.
Okay. It's wisdom, right?
Yeah, Wisdom.
Okay.
Sorry.
That'll fail.
Cool. 6 psychic damage.
Uh-huh. And the pink dot will be the disadvantage on the next attack roll. All right.
I actually am gonna just take like one step back and call that my turn.
Okay. Noelia, you're up.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. I do remember there was one other concentration effect. The yellow dot on Namalia symbolizes the intoxicating touch. You're magically cursed for an hour. You have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws and all ability checks. And you feel drunk. Haha, I'm wasted.
Can I forgot about that. Can I retcon my turn?
Sorry. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's something I didn't mention during the pre-game, so that's fine.
Okay. So instead of bonus action healing word for bonus action vicious mockery, I should be able to make it up to here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Namalia.
Okay. Get rid of the effect.
Cool.
Yay, thank you.
And then I'll take a step back. That's my last casting of it. Don't let her do it again.
No.
Don't get drunk again.
Because I'm a more than fair DM, because two things kind of happen here. I'm going to give you one last chance to decide between the two kind of turns you've selected here, Zach.
Yeah.
Which of those two you'd like to do? Is that final one the right answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna dispel that.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
It's a 9.
I'll give you advantage because you've seen it in action. They can do it at will.
Okay.
Just
I didn't realize
it's
it
okay.
was the same one.
It's okay.
That makes sense.
Namalia, your turn is still up. You are not intoxicated, though.
Okay.
You hear Jai behind you sing, "Don't be afraid to run away, run away, run away. Don't be afraid to run away."
We go super fast right now.
I know. I wanted to keep chunking at it, but I think if I Okay, so I'm just gonna move here, and I'll take an attack of opportunity if it's gonna make one.
Yeah. It reaches out to touch your shoulder. You kind of
Fucking shit.
slip aside and dodge it, just narrowly avoiding its touch. And I assume
And-
Namalia also has a panicked kind of
Yeah.
No,
No, please, no touch.
I don't want to be drunk. Bad touch, bad touch.
Okay, so who's looking busted?
Belroth. He's like
Jai,
around half, yeah.
Okay, Belron.
Adley's kind of messed up too. Sen's always got some sort of damage.
We Gucci. We only halfway there.
And it'll take twice as long because I'll uncanny dodge.
Did I use Spore already? Wait, no. No, I can't do that. I'm not the things. Okay. I can wait. Can I use a spell and then use a cantrip? Or use a cantrip and then use a bonus
Well,
action spell?
yeah, that's fine. As long as you're only casting one leveled spell as an action, bonus action combo.
Okay, so let's. Okay, so we're gonna pop off a. So can I get a DC 18 con save?
Okay. Fails.
Okay, and so now you have disadvantage on your next weapon attack roll.
I already have disadvantage on my next weapon attack roll, so we'll have disadvantage twice on it.
Okay, was that from Jai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vicious Mockery.
Shoot, I thought she had disadvantage on
Next attack roll, yeah.
on saves. Okay.
This is not exactly as good a duo as Fiona and Malika yet. You'll get there.
Okay, well, we'll just do that, and then this will be at level 2 on Belroth. Plus another D4.
It looks like it has 3 in there, so if you cast it at level 2, it'll be the 2d4 that are already applied in the initiating. And
We'll
then-
have the magic sickle healing thing.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is you cast it at second level, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at the mathematics under Healing Word, it already is applying the Moon Sickle bonus, it looks like, because it's 2d4 there, and then you have a d4 rolled up above. So it's a total of 3d4 than that. 14.
All right, cool.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know how that's doing that, but yeah, it looks like it is doing the math right without the bonus roll there. So yeah, 14 hit points back for Belroth. And then Namalia, you're done, right? No other...
Yeah, I'm done.
Evelyn? Now,
I'm
a couple of quick notes. You just have to say a phrase, which is a free action, to command Copper to do anything. His turn happens immediately after yours. Teapotter's turn isn't a real thing. He doesn't have a turn. But as a bonus action, you can have him activate, and you can either move him, which he can move a total of 15 feet, or you can have him shoot his cannon. That's a bonus action on your turn. So you can also cast and move.
okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and move over here into the safe circle.
A cool kid crowd.
And I let's see. What do I want him to do? Yeah, let's just have Copper beat up on this on this chick.
Okay. Now the blue one, the one with the blue dot, there's actually 5 of her. So they're mirror images of her that are kind of stuck in the door frame there. The one with the pink on it, she is kind of covered with ice, and it looks like she's also really sad because Jai called her mom something roller.
Okay, I
believe
can't
it's a
see the
hoe.
blue one, so
Okay. Oh, the door's closed. That's right. You shut the door.
yeah. So I was wondering. Okay, so we're good on that. Yeah, I'll just have him attack the one that's visible.
Okay.
Um,
And
so I'll
then,
come over here.
well, he doesn't go until after your turn's done. So
Oh,
is there
that's
anything
right.
else you want to do?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot a firebolt.
Okay. That will hit.
All right.
And then as a bonus action, do you want to have teapots or fire as well?
Yep.
Okay.
And then let me pull him up.
If you
Yeah.
select his token on the screen, hold shift, and then double click on him, it'll bring the character sheet up immediately.
Oh, okay.
That'll hit. And do you want to push it? Oh,
I do. Oh,
it's not a choice. It is pushed. Okay. All right. So Belroth, you're kind of looking square to square with it. It's kind of groggy, and this massive beam of steam kind of slams into the side of it, pushes it to the side, and you see the little teapot kind of. And then Aveline, you say to Copper, your commands are verbal.
yes. Attack the Lamia.
Okay. And then your turn ends, and then it goes to Copper's turn, and then he'll move. Oh, first he'll regenerate 10 hit points. And then he will move into attack. And then if you'd like to go ahead and click the attack.
Oh, I forgot to pull him up. I'm sorry.
No worries. I can go ahead and throw it.
I got it.
Okay. So he'll throw 2 attacks because he has multi-attack.
Okay.
So you'll click the attack underneath that twice. Fist, I believe it is.
Oh, fist. Okay.
Twice, yep. Hit and hit, so go ahead and click in the chat, click the word attack on fist, the fist rolls. Yep, and then the second one. And minus 11. As the pot kind of slams into it, you kind of yell, Copper, get him, or get her. You can see Copper kind of rush forward, like throw the backpack into your little saddle on his back, and then slam his hands both simultaneously down into the Lamia, which causes it to kind of buckle, and you can kind of see it if you smush a cat on the on a pillow or on the bed, kind of that, only more violent and horrible. Yeah, good turn. It'll go to them, or rather, yes, it'll go to them. The door opens. Out comes her and all of her images, and she will attack Copper. She's going to use, kind of seeing the situation, she's just going to go for a full itinerary of attacks. And she'll hit both of those. As Belroth kind of got smashed by the Lamia in their kind of first meeting, you can see she kind of reaches into the tendon on the back of Copper's leg, kind of reaches in deep and kind of starts tearing out metal and wood, and then kind of shoves her other claw into the abdomen area underneath the plate and kind of tear in and then slash to the side. Sparks kind of fly out of Copper, and you can see a bit of vitae, the kind of bright red fluid that fuels the constructs in this world, kind of splatter across the sands. The other one, Slightly Daisy, does not really kind of focus on that too much. Still focus on this half elf, and she's going to make 2 attacks. The first one is a disadvantage, which misses, and the second one is a miss as well. She kind of pops back up from her, being knocked down, jumps up with her front claws, and kind of rakes at you with her kind of cat feet, and you manage to get your shield up and block. All right, Sen, you're up.
Well, I don't like these ladies. They're mean.
They are quite mean.
All we did was open a door. So in turn, we're gonna be a coward and hide back here in our little corner, and we're gonna shoot them with our crossbow.
Makes sense.
Poor thing.
You're shooting at the one that everyone's kind of ganging up on.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
So 9.
And sneak attack.
Oh, plus sneak attack?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
an adjacent.
Oh, 17.
The bolt slams into her as she kind of claws at Belroth and gets pushed back by the shield. It hits her in the shoulder and kind of impales her against the sand wall. And you see as the weight kind of catches on it, the bolt kind of dissipates and breaks, kind of phasing back into its magical nature, and she just slumps into the ground. Not alive anymore.
Yeah, you bitch.
Anything else from Seth?
No. We're gonna be back here.
Terry.
All right. I will. I'm just going to fire an Eldritch Blast at the blue one.
Okay. So currently, because go ahead.
Is it behind a door or is
It's
it
not behind a door. I was going to say because of its positioning behind Copper. Copper is a very large target, so he's actually providing cover for her. So she'll have +2 to her AC, but it's not a huge bonus.
Okay. In that case, could I move like right here and get a shot at it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move there. Take my shot.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. 1 second here. Just gotta read how something's worded. Roll a d20.
D20. 18. Oh my gosh.
You kind of line up the shot with your Eldritch Blast. You're kind of looking at her, but there's several other of her, 3 illusory duplicates, and you can't really suss out which one. So you fire and you hit one, and as it kind of hits, you watch as the image kind of whoosh and fades away. There are now 2 images of the Lamia, besides the true one, whichever one that might be.
Okay, so there's 3 total?
Yeah, second shot.
Okay, second shot. Ooh.
No, that's a miss. All right, Terry done, right? Movement. Okay, yeah.
I move 10 feet just now, so I'll move
20 more. You snap
here.
back, yeah. Belroth.
Okay. So am I able to tell which one is the real one at all?
Not at all.
Okay, well, he's gonna move here because my boy doesn't know what's best for him.
I could take
So-
3 of them. I could take.
I got it. So this thing,
Okay. Yeah.
so strength, is it right?
Yeah. So you'll make either a strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics your choice, and then it
I'm
will
gonna
make
do
a
that.
dexterity acrobatics check, which it fails. Okay.
So he's
And-
there.
You jump onto its back, and
Yeah.
just so you're aware, that is an action to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
you
no
are
attack.
so no attacks. Yeah, you are now riding it.
Yeah.
For future turns, or if you wanted to action surge, if you have one, you could attack with
mean-
advantage now, but it's entirely up to you if you want to use it or not.
I mean, I suppose. I do have action surge, so that allows me to do what exactly?
Take another action.
Yeah, but you can only use it
Oh.
once per short rest. So
Okay, well, now's the time.
sure.
So I will do action surge and then attack.
Yeah, you'll make 2 attacks, and they're with advantage because you're on top of it.
Brilliant.
All right, second attack.
Fucking brilliant.
All right, you kind of like see its claws kind of lance out of Copper and kind of move to the side. A bolt from Terry kind of slams into one of them, and you kind of rush in, kind of bringing your attacks. Roll a d20
Sure.
for the first one. You kind of slash into the creature as you're kind of like jumping onto it, and you can feel like it tangibly on you, but then you feel a strange shift underneath you, and as you kind of cut into the one that you're like on top of, you realize that you're actually biting into nothing. And you can actually see that you're not on it anymore. You're kind of falling down to the ground. You spin up and around to attack one of the other two. Roll a d20. Yeah, hold on, let me double check. Got it, yeah, that's perfect. So you cut into the other image, and there's now only one remaining. Yeah, you did not hit it once.
I don't care, man. That was awesome.
You're also no longer on top of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It seemed like you had mounted the fake. Belroth done, Jai, you're up. You're muted.
Gonna get up to there. With the healing aura going, and let's just mock it a little bit more.
Okay.
Why not?
It is not as easily insulted as the other one. It succeeds in its saving throw.
Goddamn confidence kids these days.
They
Fucking
just
trophies.
They just know their mom's a hoe.
They'll
Yeah.
respond, but they don't respond as well.
They're like,
Your mom's a hoe. Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
How do you think I
And
got?
I'm proud of it.
How do you
It's a
think I
pro
got?
host.
How do you
It's a
think I got
pro
school
host
lunches?
space.
Right?
She paid for my school lunches.
Right?
Namalia.
Okay, so Namalia gonna move here. Going to pop off another frostbite.
Okay.
I need a
That'll
con
fail.
save.
So, yeah, you'll
Okay, between me and Jay, we'll get it,
at least once. Yeah.
and then I can do a. Okay, I think I fixed my shit now.
Healing word. On
Balroth.
casting at what level?
It's second level. Yes,
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's accurate.
that's the right number of dice. Okay.
Yes, and the roll inside of the text is important. So it'll be 8 for the cast at second level. So it'll be 8 for the first, 3 for the additional upcast, and 1 from the sickle.
12. Perfect.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Cool. Cool. Aveline.
You got that, Balroth?
Yeah. I should be able to take a hit or two now.
Or 1. I think 1 would probably be
Yeah.
about 12 hit points. Yeah. Yeah, Aveline. Same situation that I was expressing to Chris. Copper is now kind of in the way, so it has cover, which just means +2 to its armor class. They're not wearing armor, so it's basically all dex for their defense. So that's against attacks from Aveline, not from T-Potzer. You're muted if you're talking. I'm sorry.
I am muted. All right. All right. I want to command him to kind of like get out of the way a little bit.
Okay, move to the side and attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll do that after your turn, so your turn still has to. He doesn't move during your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I forget things.
It's okay.
All right.
You can use your action to ready a firebolt so that when he does move, you shoot. That's fine.
I'm actually going to heal myself.
It's also fine. And then I'm assuming bonus action, Teapots are shot to the side.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and throw that.
Oh man, I got too many.
Yeah, that hits. And then 2 attacks from the Shield Guardian.
Oh shoot, wrong one.
It's okay.
Boop, boop.
You generated 10. And go ahead and give me those damages. right. Yeah, this is not looking great. It goes to her turn. She will. She wouldn't try to retreat. She doesn't have an escape. Eh? She would try and survive as long as she could, so she's going to go ahead and cast Mirror Image again.
Oh, come on.
3 more of her appear out before you all. And she will then move, remaining adjacent to the people she's adjacent to, but trying to kind of get away from... Actually, she'll go there. So she's still adjacent to those two, but she's kind of moving away from everyone else. That's her turn. Sen, you're up.
So she moved out of my line of sight, didn't she?
I believe so, yeah.
Even her mirror images.
Well, her images are in her space, so...
Oh, okay. And she's like right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not being able to see. Just double checking. Yeah, that should be enough. I'm gonna go right there, right in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna fire off a crossbow at them.
Take the shot.
Pew.
That'll miss.
Yeah. I tried.
All right. Sen done. Terry up.
Okay. She's or it, I guess.
She.
It's
No, it's
still not.
accurate.
Okay. I don't know. It's a monster. Is that door closed?
No.
Okay. I got a clear shot at it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna bang bang. Yay! So I gotta roll my d20.
Yep.
Damn.
That'll hit an image. That'll hit, and then for the image, that'll also hit an image. She has 1 image remaining. All right, Belroth.
All right. He's gonna manifest his echo right on the other side of her,
Okay.
just to try and kind
Keep
of
her from running.
Yeah, and then he is going to attack from the echo.
Right. Hit. Miss. Go ahead and give me a d20 roll. That'll kill the last image.
All right, and then
Let me double check. Actually, sorry. Hold on. I was right with the last one. Yeah, 11 or higher. Okay, so she's out of images.
I can do an additional melee attack with Unleash Incarnation.
With the use of it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of those.
That'll hit. And that'll kill. She drops to the ground from the Echo's fighting cut and is left there dead in the sand. All right. After defeating the Lamia, kind of take a second to kind of catch your breath, those of you that breathe. And yeah, that was a lot very quickly, just one right after the other. Do you want to open the door on the left?
Somebody else can open
No,
that
I think
door.
Balroth literally looks around like, where the fuck is Terry? Like, somebody keep an eye on that kid.
I am going to like step around. Like, is this place like? How dark is this place?
Relatively.
I'm just gonna turn invisible. when I see Balroth looking around like that, I'm just invisible.
Okay. So Terry goes invisible. Aveline, immediately after the fight, what are you doing? Read it again.
I I don't know what I'm doing.
Moving on then to John. Zach, what are you doing?
I think I'm just I'm concerned about what else could be down that hallway, because we didn't really get a good look down there, but I'm hurting too bad to go inspect it myself, you know.
Okay.
Just kind of waiting out the party's next actions.
So cautiously waiting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm concerned about what could be coming here and what could be coming there.
Sure. Sen.
Well, we're doing just fine. So, we're interested in what's down this hallway.
Okay.
Can I go up there and inspect?
Yeah. You'll note that you can very clearly see that the sand is not like really present in the hall ahead. It's relatively clean flooring here. You can also see and kind of annoyedly understand the nature of the pressure plate that was stepped on, sprung, and caused the large boulder to descend down and slam into members of your party. You're actually like, this is a childishly novice like mistake. You feel like an idiot. But yeah.
I didn't open it. I wasn't there.
Again, yeah, you just kind of have this feeling like you're kind of just annoyed
Only
at.
an idiot would
Never,
open
never,
this door.
never letting anyone else check doors.
For sure. You head past that way, and to the left, you can see there is what appears to be a kind of pair of mattresses, more just cushions kind of laying out on the ground. It's almost like very flat bean bags, two of them. Presumably where the Lamia is, we're kind of sleeping. There's a number of different weapon racks on the walls in this room, and it looks like there's actually armor suited for Lamia kind of hanging on two racks. It looks like they must have been some sort of guards or something, so you caught them off guard.
We woke them up from a nap, it sounds like. No wonder they were angry.
Presumably so.
I see that Belroth has followed.
Yeah, he's not letting you go in there by yourself.
That's fair.
The armor is pretty much not usable.
Right.
You could take it somewhere and have it fashioned. Aveline could probably beat around with it and make it into a suit of plate armor for a person, or a suit of plate barding for a steed. It's a decent amount of metal material, but it's not something that it's not going to be light.
Yeah.
The weapons that are kind of on the walls, spears and swords, doesn't look like anything impressive. Looks like pretty mundane weaponry, but it does look like there's enough weapons to armament maybe 10, 15 people here.
So we could use these.
It's nothing special. It's nothing magical or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's boring. There's no... I can't see any, other
Two
doors
suits.
or anything.
Two suits of Lamia plate or Centaur plate, and then 15 random weapons. Basically,
Okay.
just common guard weaponry.
And then mattresses.
Yep. It looks like they had some sort of, kind of packs, but nothing especially noteworthy in there either.
Does it seem like it could be a good spot for a rest?
It's defensible, that's for sure. It's definitely going to be in this space. Without knowing what's in the other chambers, it's not going to be a safe rest.
Right. Even if we were to close this
Door doesn't lock.
Ah, right. I forgot.
I'm sure we could, I don't know, stake out.
Well, you're doing that, and Belroth's tagging along. Looks like Terry's heading that way too. So I'll get back around to you. Namalia, you're the only one who I haven't really seen a direction from. What would you like to be doing during this time?
Namalia is tallying up all of the healing potions she has left, which is 0. So that's not good, and we are down to a couple of low level spell slots. So she would definitely, kind of share that with the team.
Sen has 3 healing potions, so if anyone needs one. They've been hoarding them.
Wise.
I have no healing potions.
That's
Are you dying?
well, you're
Wait.
invisible, so
Oh yeah, you are invisible.
it's hard to give you a healing potion if you're invisible.
Also, I'm doing fine.
Of course you are, asshole. No one's attacking you. This fucking guy.
This fucking guy right here. Unbelievable.
It looks like it would be a place where you could try and do an unsafe rest, but unsafe rests are not as potent as a safe rest.
Right.
What are the down
If you take an unsafe short rest, you gain no class features that require a short rest, and instead can only spend 1 hit dice.
And
If you take an unsafe long rest counts as a regular short rest.
Is this the only door into this room, or is there another?
The only door into that room.
Could we have the golem just like stand right in that hallway?
To block the door?
Like block the door.
Or he could hold the door shut on the inside to not draw attention.
You could.
Yeah, that too.
Again, without knowing what's in the other doors, this is still not a safe location to be resting. So again, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the concept of like sleeping in a space where you don't know what's coming. Like he's going to be able to hold the door. That's great. That's all well and good, but I mean,
there could be sandworms like popping out of the sand to eat our brains.
Not the sandworms.
There could be someone who could cast a spell that throws open the door and throws back the golem or the shield guardian. There could be, someone who can deactivate the shield guardian and just walk past it as you're sleeping and murder you all in your sleep. There's 1,000 different things that happen here. And
or
so
there could be worms.
There could be purple worms. There could be blue worms. There could be all sorts of colored different worms.
Is it worth the risk to take what's better, like not taking a rest?
Well, a quick rule of thumb: if you want a place to be safe, you clear it out. So there's other portions of this specific space which makes it unsafe to rest in because you do not know what's on the other side of door to the south, 2 doors to the left, or down the hallway that everyone was hiding in during the fight. So
but are they good to actually you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
We could clear it out, but
we could try to. You're wondering if they're ready to actually put forward that effort. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Balrog will do whatever.
I mean, we could take shifts watching.
But even if we take like a long rest, we'll only gain the benefits of a short rest. So for Namalia, that means no spell slots recovered.
It's almost not worth it in my opinion. Just because the return on investment is just not worth the time, honestly. If we want to take a rest, let's just get out of the whole place and give up and take a rest outside. You know what I mean? If that's what we're doing, then we're giving up on the dungeon. If we're here, let's clear it. And I'm not on my last leg. I do have a handful of small low level spell slots for some healing words and stuff. We just need to be smarter about our positioning and our battle spacing moving forward. You know what I mean?
Well, I suggest that whoever is lowest in hit points take at least 1 of Sin's healing potions of healing, and Sin is the one who checks the doors from now on.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Okay.
Belroth.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you need a
Oh.
potion of healing?
Well, I'm at 77 out of 94. So if other people,
You're fine now.
yeah, if other people need it, then just save one for when I get my ass beat, I guess.
Namalia,
I think it
Jai?
might. Yeah, Namalia is good. I think it might be a good idea for you to take one, Balroth, just that way because you're going to be in melee anyway, taking
Yeah.
hits.
I
Fair.
do have 14 hit points.
Oh shit!
okay.
I can
You
just
try to live.
For
I'm not
you.
doing super well over here, but like
I can just
I'll be
heal you.
fine.
Zach, do you have any potions left?
uh,
I have 3, so
I have a healing balm. 1 healing balm. That's it.
Okay.
okay. I'll throw out. It's 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yeah. For Namalia's bombs, that's right.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do this right. Oh, I forgot I can do it on this. Six.
How about
I can
Could win worse.
heal you a little bit too if you want.
I think I'll be all right.
Okay.
you're at 20 hit points? You sure?
I'm just gonna.
I-
I'm gonna give you one more. How about a 7?
All right. Jai thinks he would have been fine.
It's okay. We got you, boy.
I'll be all right.
We got you, boo. Give me later.
Okay. And then Aveline, you have one just in case somebody falls down, you get them back up. Cool. Not that that's gonna happen or anything.
That's more where my head's at. Is like keep one so when I drop, you can pop me back up.
Sorry, dying.
And I still have one more, so
I love
if we
that.
need 2.
Well, as you kind of are looking around the area, it is still as the grave in here. But again, you know for certain that this has to be a middle ground position. Otherwise, how did the undead get from wherever they came from to here? Unless they were created here. And if they were created here, who created them? Obviously not the Lamia, obviously not the dragon. Which door would you like to check out first? Or passageway? Okay. Moving to the door on the south?
Yep.
Okay. You move towards the door. It is a very heavy wooden door, as we discussed, or stone door. And this one didn't have like a strange relief in it. It just had a locking mechanism kind of in the center of it. Yeah, if you'd like to attempt to open it, it's a Thieves' Tools Dexterity check.
Do we check for traps first?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, let's do that.
So investigation to see if you can't find any traps on the door.
Okay. 15.
Doesn't appear to be any traps.
Great.
It's definitely trapped.
Okay.
25.
Sen kind of drops down to one knee, moves over to the door, kind of gets to work with the thieves' tools, and very quickly, very prudently opens the door. The second the lock clicks, Sen, you kind of step back because you already know where this is going based on the function of this door being different than the other doors. This isn't a push door. This isn't a slide side-to-side door. This is once the door is unlocked, the door drops. So the door is being held up by its lock. And you drop the door, it slides away. Everyone else besides you is kind of like, oh! But you know it's coming. So you're just kind of like...
No, Belroth is more like, ah!
Hands on your waist, kind of like, immediately upon the door being opened, I need you to make a perception check, Sen. You have advantage for this roll.
14. That's a low one.
Okay. Yeah, the hallway
For
looks
me.
like almost like a slightly longer mirror image of the other side of the chamber. You're kind of looking around, curiously. You don't see anything of note, but it does look like there's a lot of substance on the ground, kind of up ahead, like gemstones.
Shiny.
Substance.
So the substance on the ground is sparkling.
Yeah, it almost looks like gifts that have been just kind of laid out on the ground. It looks like they're leaning up against something. There's like gold baubles and treasure, some gold coins, some gemstones, just out in front of you, kind of in the room that you know kind of angles away from where you're at.
Tentative step in.
Okay.
So nothing's happening. And
Nothing
it's
crazy.
quiet.
Yeah, nothing crazy happens. Yeah, you're just heading on in.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little further.
Stop.
Oh.
Belroth, you see Sen descend about an inch, and the two of you hear click. I need you to tell me exactly what you're doing in response to the sound.
Belroth is running towards Sen.
Okay. Your intent?
To try and pull her back out of the way so that he's in front.
Okay. And
that's what he do or Sen's gonna die.
Sen, immediately upon hearing the click, which would actually be kind of a step back, what would you like to do?
After stepping back,
Oh, well, no, you would have caused the click there, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to step back after hearing the click, or
okay. So we have
prepare to just like grab something.
We have two pretty similar kind of functionalities, but Belroth is literally trying to move you out of harm's way. So you can make a dexterity saving throw, Sen, with advantage, and Belroth, you can make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage as you're putting yourself in harm's way. You're granting Sen the advantage. Okay. You kind of reach out for Sen, and you can kind of see the flash of it happening as it's happening. You grab a hold of Sen's shoulders, and Sen's not a very large individual, and you very quickly kind of turn your back and pull, like just throwing all of your weight in the momentum of the run to shift Sen around. And you hear what you saw. Very large spiked blades coming out of the sidewalls, slamming together very suddenly, very forcibly. And you kind of like close your eyes, clenching Sen, who you know is out of harm's way. And as you kind of open your eyes, you realize you're not dead. And you literally feel the spikes inside of your little cape.
Oh, not the cape!
Not a cape!
As Terry's looking into the room and that's happening, you literally see these massive blades just come in like teeth, slamming behind Belroth, and Belroth like in that split second. After a couple of seconds, you hear like a clicking sound as they start to slowly retract back. Sen, you can see the mechanism now. It's been made aware to you. You can see the floor panel is slowly coming up to a point where you know it'll lock back into position, thus rearming the trap.
Yeah.
You okay in there?
Which actually makes you think for a second to double check the room or the passageway you just left. And if you do go back up there, you'll realize that they're somehow getting an endless supply of boulders or just recycling the same one because that trap is no longer depressed. It's been reset.
Hmm.
But yeah, you know it's there, so you know now to jump over it.
Yeah.
And if you make it into the chamber therein, you'll note that this appears to be some sort of strange like offering place with a well in the center of the room. The offerings are kind of laid out loosely all around the ground. Again, not shown on the map, but it looks like there's quite a bit of treasure kind of placed here. It looks like it's all been cleared away from one specific part of the treasure, or from the well, and there's a bucket kind of sitting on the well, about half full with water. Just the look of the water and just the kind of smell of the water really is very crisp. It has a just a mouth-watering kind of like crispness to it. This room just has a very whereas the other places are kind of dry, arid, and covered with sand. this room has a certain kind of fresh air to it.
Like kind of like an oasis, sort
Yeah.
of. Oh. Terry, come drink this water.
Don't
Is it-
step on the trap.
Can y'all mark it with? Do you have like ink or chalk or something in your packs?
Was there like sand over it or anything?
No, not really. The sand stops at the door.
No.
If you take the time to kind of map it out, you'll kind of show them where the panel
Yeah.
is. And it's a pretty wide panel, but I'll go ahead and throw it out onto the board so you can see it.
Great.
Since I see where it is, can I
Okay.
like use?
Do the same with the other one. Go ahead.
Can I use like minor illusion to make like basically a hologram of a skull and crossbones
Yes.
above it?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
And it slowly is like popping up and down and rotating too.
Does anybody have strength less than 10?
Oh no, I am 10.
Okay. If your strength is less than 10, then you'll have a hard time jumping across the pit or across the platform to not trigger the trap. So it will be very hard for you to cross. But if you have a strength of 10 or better, you can just kind of get a running start, run up to where the line is, jump, and land on the other side without problem.
Can someone help me?
Well, again,
Belroth can just throw you.
All right. Belroth just comes over and like catches her, I guess. If you're jumping, just like yoink.
Belroth
Come
and
to
Sen,
Belroth.
you're already over there. So
Yeah.
Terry jumps over. Again, it's a dead end. There's no other place to go besides into the well. But if you kind of look into the well, maybe in my apparent track record
I ain't
with
going near
wells,
that well with Terry in this room.
there's probably about a 30-foot descent with your dark vision, and then it's water. So you can see down into, the space. It's
Oh, well. Looks like a well to me.
All
Well,
right.
I guess Lamia's got to drink
I'll
water,
leave.
right?
So I'll
Is it
walk
safe?
over to the well. Hello.
Nah,
Because it has
Belroth's like,
the-
nah, man.
The
Not
bucket
doing wells
has...
with this man again.
but yeah.
Oh, there's a history of
Terry,
trauma there.
the well around the outside of it, around the base of it, is a shit ton of treasure. Just looking at it, you're assuming about 6,000 gold pieces worth of shit.
Ooh, I'm just gonna
I
start.
mean, we want the treasure. Start putting it in our pocket.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically just jewelry.
I mean, there's 6 of us, right?
Mhm.
So that's like 1,000 each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a heavy proposition. I mean, it's not something you're going to be able to easily carry. So,
Bag of
We have a
holding?
bag.
Oh,
If you have a
if
bag of
only one
holding,
of
you're
us
fine.
had a bag of holding.
yeah, you're fine then.
Which I do.
It's probably about 100 pounds worth of treasure here.
And you said 6,000?
Yeah, 6,000 gold pieces worth of shit.
Look at us getting money. Anyone gonna drink that?
Does it look like bad?
It's-
No,
No, it looks really, really good.
quite the opposite.
Which
yeah.
makes me suspicious.
Can I use like Mage Hand to scoop up a bit of water and like let it pour out?
You can hold objects, so yeah, I suppose so.
Does it just look like normal water?
Sounds
I'll
like it
drink
too. Okay. It goes into your body and goes to the recess inside of your undaunted frame, since you don't require water to sustain yourself. It just kind of is inside of your body now.
Does Aveline start like malfunctioning or anything?
Nope.
Just immediately projectile vomits it back out. It like drinks, sits there for 20 seconds, and just.
She's like Mario's backpack in Super Mario Sunshine. She's just like.
He has a name. His name is Flood.
I'm sorry. I apologize. So she's like Flood from Super Mario Sunshine.
I'll go ahead and take a drink. I'll scoop up the.
Tastes
I'll
really
use, like,
good.
both my hands.
Very,
Take a
very
drink.
fresh. Very, very fresh.
But
water.
when I take a drink, I'm gonna like grasp at. I'm gonna like sort of fall to my knees and grasp at my throat, just, and like sort of like kneel down, it's like you
Smacks him
know,
over the head.
So
Why
if
is
it
he being
killed
a
Terry,
ham?
does that mean it's good for the rest of us? Or I don't know. I've lost
Yes.
my baseline.
As he's dying, you're just talking about, oh, yeah, that's too bad.
and I just like, well, good. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah, it seems good. And yeah, like I said, it's about 30 feet down to the base, or to the, not the base of the well, to where the water appears to start in the well.
Right.
How deep it goes, you're not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just water, guys.
Why is
I'll
Stephanie
drink
turning
it.
into a nightmare creature?
Right? That was okay. I thought I was the only one that saw that.
I think
I was
What?
like, oh
I'm
god.
hoping
gross.
that was her chair.
She looked like
Shoot.
she looked like Ringo for
Sorry.
a second. It was creepy.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that in front of everyone. I'm sorry.
Oops, you know my true nature. I am a dark spectral shade from the void.
Curses.
I have been
I knew it the whole
hypnotized.
time.
Yeah, so it's a well. It's very crispy water. Looks like there's a descent down 30 feet. The bucket that the water is kind of sitting in at the base there, it looks like it has a rope attached to it. The rope appears to be tied to the lower portion of the well, kind of settled in the stones.
Mm. Cutting it down.
You cut the bucket,
Yeah.
and it falls. Are you kicking or knocking it into the water?
Yeah.
Okay, bucket's gone. It's floating in the water.
Did you learn nothing from Pippin?
It's a decent amount of sound coming from it, but it's nothing like. It's not like, filling out the chamber or anything. It's not. Yeah, it's not a Pippin situation.
It's not gonna call the cave troll.
Yeah, the cave troll is unable to hear it through all the water. But yeah.
Cool.
Okay. You have cut out the water source. All right. What do you do
That's
next?
safe. Hopping back over.
Okay. 2 more doors.
Where are the other doors?
Just 2 on the left side. Oh, they're not showing up real well, are they?
Yeah, I can't. Or is it here
Let me fix
and
it.
here? Hey, there we go. There we go.
Yep, door on the left, door on the right, and as I mentioned, these are just normal doors. The ones with bas reliefs are the ones that you've already kind of messed with. These ones are just normal. And then there's, of course, the passageway, the hallway to the south.
Yeah. Let's check out door number 1. This one.
Wait, are you doing trap checks?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay, let me give you guidance.
Okay.
Investigation.
Thanks. $14.
Roll d4.
Ooh.
1.
15. Okay. Doesn't appear to be any traps on this door. The locking mechanism is very simple, but it is locked.
So these tools.
Mhm.
Boop. 14.
You kind of reach in, kind of messing around with it, and you realize very quickly that this lock is a bit more complicated than the lock back there. And as you're kind of fiddling with it, you think, and then you kind of overestimate, you break one of the picks.
Wait, I gave you guidance. Will it
That was
matter?
on the investigation.
No, I gave you another one.
Oh.
It will
Oh,
not.
you
It
did.
It
will
won't matter.
Yeah, it will not help.
Okay.
Well.
Thieves Tools kit. I don't know if you've broken any picks this game. For those of you who aren't familiar with how I run Thieves Tools, a Thieves Tools kit is filled with Thieves Tools picks, a total of 10 per kit you buy. And if you fail by less than 4, you break a pick. If you fail by 5 or more, you break 2 picks. And
Oh gosh. Hold on.
you
Sorry.
can retry as much as you'd like, because that's usually I just failed, I'll just try again is usually the thing. So to kind of
Yeah,
create a
we'll
mitigating
count you.
factor for that,
We'll count that. I forgot how to
So
get rid or
you would
down
break
one.
another one, and then
Yeah.
it should be inside of the notes. If you click the little pip there, it should bring up the notes, and you should be able to type in the picks remaining. But the first attempt sucks, second attempt not so good, third attempt you finally get it open.
Thanks.
And yeah, there's kind of a rush of a smell of culinariness. There's kind of like a very kind of earthy smell of like root vegetables, and there's kind of a gamey smell of meats.
Hmm.
Somebody cooking something?
It doesn't smell like someone's cooking. It just smells like this might be a storage space for something like that.
Oh.
Namalia will continue to guidance you as you check if you want to check the hallway for another trap.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay. Your caution has proved absolutely unnecessary. There do not appear to be any traps. If you kind of come out and around, you'll note that the chamber ahead of you looks like it has a number of hooks hanging from the ceiling. Each one appears to have meat hanging from it. Some of it looks, relatively familiar stuff you've seen before, passing butcheries and the other. Some of it does not look familiar and is very different and strange. There appear to be a couple of counters, and there's definitely a number of shelves. You can see that there's a couple of barrels too kind of settled in the walls as well. And the space looks to be some sort of larder. And the other thing you note too is that the temperature here is not so much colder than the other chamber, but not the same temperature. It definitely feels like there's a drop off, but not like frozen over. You'd also notice too that similar to like the interior of a salt mine, there doesn't appear to be any humidity whatsoever in the space.
Okay.
The walls kind of have a grayish color to them versus the sandy colors of the other chamber.
Right. Well, this is meat. If we're hungry. I guess we'll go back out.
Okay.
And then door number 2.
Thieves' tools.
Investigation first?
Just make an intelligence check.
Okay. 10.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like the store is identical to the other one. There aren't any traps on it that you can see.
Okay.
That wasn't what the intelligence check was for, but yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You know what? Everybody make an intelligence check.
What?
Oh no.
What'd I do?
Shai and Belroth kind of both look at each other as Sen's kind of like getting down ready to unlock this door. And Belroth, you kind of like have this weird, like, oh, we didn't loot the corpses kind of thought to look back at the two Lamia that are laying dead on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, they probably have keys, don't they?
Yeah. Bella's like, hold on a second. He'll go check the bodies real quick.
Sure enough, the one that is closest to you there is definitely got a set of keys at her belt. She also has a strange little pouch, which appears to have kind of like recesses inside of it. When you kind of flip it open and look inside, you see 3 potions. One appears to be reddish in color, not too dissimilar from healing potions that the mercenary company has used in their storage and stockpiles. Another one appears to have kind of a strange greenish coloration. There appears to be something floating around in it, and as you kind of move it around, it looks like it's a large toenail or toe. And last but not least, one has kind of like a strange mercurial liquid-like color to it. But it's also kind of whitish colored. It's kind of like if mercury was like, it moves like mercury, but it kind of has like a more like Alfredo sauce coloration. Yeah, I guess in describing that, I could have probably used something much more vulgar to describe it, and I just didn't. I chose to take the high ground.
That's fair.
Except you just.
I failed myself. Yeah, come.
This is like.
Oh, okay.
This happened before.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Balroth will jingle the keys at Sen and just be like, "Hey," and like toss them to her.
That
And then
Them,
yeah, sorry, them. And then you will hand the pouch over to Jai because like he doesn't know what the hell's in this thing.
Mhm.
Like vaguely thinks that it's a healing potion, but then with the weirdness of the other two, he's like, I'm gonna let somebody with magic figure this out.
absolutely more than fair. Jai, if you want to take a crack at it, you can make an Arcana check. You do take a small sip to like inspect the nature of them. It's not going to ruin the potency of the potion though, or give you the benefits of it. It'll just let you know what they are.
It's only a 12.
Okay, that's decent enough for the healing potion. Yeah, it's a potion of healing. It's also decent enough for the potion of Hill Giant Strength.
Of what?
Hill Giant Strength.
Ooh.
If you
There you
drink a
go.
potion of Hill Giant Strength, it turns your strength score into a 21 for the duration, which is an hour.
Give that to Terry and have him like do arm wrestling contests with people.
He'll get so much money.
Dude, you just got 6,000 gold pieces, not arm wrestling anyone.
It's
No
only
scam.
6,000.
No scam involved.
We've had more.
Terry's still thinking about these side hustles.
Yeah, just give me that potion and then put me in a bar and be like, "Oh, arm wrestle anyone."
Yeah, but what about the vial of jizz? What's that?
Your Arcana check was behind to determine what that was.
Can
Okay.
I look at the Arcana?
Yeah, you can go ahead and give
Can
it a
I
try.
do an Arcana check? 17.
Sure. You kind of, take a little sip of it, and it's not like disgusting or anything. It's just kind of, yeah.
No, it's salty.
You actually realize that it seems to have settled, so you kind of shake it a bit, and when you do it actually the whitish color kind of actually kind of putrefies. It kind of becomes more of a yellowish color, and it seems like there's small swirls of black kind of like move through the liquid. You would know after your Arcana check that this is a potion of speed. For 1 minute after drinking the potion, you are under the effects of the spell haste. Similarly to the spell haste, after its duration, you catch up with yourself, but there's no concentration for the effect.
Nice.
Tell me how you really feel. All right.
Quick.
So open the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's
when-
holding on to the potions?
Namalia probably or Jai.
Namalia will take them.
Yeah. I'll give it to you. I trust you, Namalia.
Thanks, Terry.
Got a real best kind of
The
situation.
feeling is not neutral.
When the door opens here, you actually hear kind of a change of pitch. It seems like the door kind of opens to a kind of soundproofed chamber, and now you can hear the things that are happening beyond. You hear what sounds like a harp or a lap harp being played, just very kind of subtly and simply. And you can also hear like a bubbling sound, kind of, and then it stops. Then
Somebody's too good.
yeah, it does sound like a hookah.
Oh.
Gain inspiration for knowing that. For being
It's
chill.
so- It's been so long since I've been around a hookah. I didn't even think of that.
But yeah, it seems like there is someone, at least one, maybe two people in the chamber ahead.
Hmm. Well,
Alright, so this is where the stealth people need to be.
yeah. I think we're just gonna go forth.
Is
with
little
caution
Terry
and-
still invisible?
Oh no, I'm not. If I
Ah.
move around, I turn visible.
Okay.
Right.
But I could, if there's a corner in there, I could go in there. Could I potentially stand right at the corner, turn invisible, and then just barely look around the corner?
Yeah, I don't know that. If you want to make a stealth check, though, because obviously getting up to that point and doing that would require that.
I also can just cast invisibility.
And you could do that on Sin, because my stealth is good. Yeah?
I support this decision.
Okay.
Okay, you cast invisibility on Sen.
And guidance.
Okay.
Wow, my rolls are shite today.
Well, you have a roll. You can roll a d4.
Okay.
Invisibility is a condition, I believe, that grants a benefit to your stealth checks. Let me double check how the wording is.
Oh, well, if it grants me,
An invisible creature is impossible to see without aid. The location can be detected by noise as it makes tracks or no benefits. I just cannot actually see you. So you are heavily obscured for the purposes of hiding, which means what to me? Advantage? I don't know. Doesn't tell me. I'm going to say advantage. It's easier that way. Cool. Yeah, so you make your way up and peek around the corner. And you can see, just as you're coming around the corner, on the wall to the side there, you can see a gate. Not unlike the one you entered in through. Basically just the portal on the wall with nothing kind of through it. On the north side of the room, you see a gnome sitting in a chair, wooden, very nice looking chair. In his lap, he has a harp, and he's playing it just kind of lazily. He's wearing kind of a black hooded robe, and just seems to be kind of, I don't know, transient, almost or not transient, that's not a good word. Trance-like, that's a better word. That's what I wanted. Yeah, he just seems to be kind of chill. Sitting next to him on a massive kind of pillow, similar to the Lamia's, is a snake, very massive looking serpent, with the head of a woman. Her face is painted white, and it looks like there is a red handprint kind of painted over the white face mask there, that's been kind of placed over the face. She has an unnaturally strange face, and her features are very kind of exaggerated, and you can see too that her tongue appears to be serpentine, and her teeth appear to be kind of more bestial, and fangs persist in her mouth. She kind of moves her head to look down at the hookah that kind of sits between the two, and the hose kind of just lifts up towards her mouth, settles on her lip. She kind of, and then it kind of just slowly just descends back down as if an invisible hand were guiding it back to its position. You see her kind of look at the gnome kind of look up at her, and then he kind of looks over in your direction and stops the harp music.
Shit.
We're just gonna slowly back out.
Someone crow the fuck out, and she's like, "Yeah."
Who's in there? Is there
Um,
someone in there?
There are two someones. One is a giant snake lady and a gnome.
She's cute though.
What? This is not a place to go dating.
Damn.
This is not a tavern.
Tavern's the only place you can find someone.
I don't know.
Amalia's just like
Sin's not
SMH.
looking. Sin doesn't know how it works.
Sorry, Namalia.
She's got a hookah.
Oh no, Somalia is just like SMH.
Did they seem hostile?
She seemed very chill. I mean, she's got a hookah.
Did they seem friendly?
No.
Hey, they got a hookah.
Probably
They're
not.
probably pretty chill people.
Do you want to
Yeah,
go
Terry,
talk
why
to
don't
him,
you go in
Terry?
and talk to them?
Well, Terry is very charming.
Oh, you know me.
If there is anyone to ask if, they have a problem with us spending the night, maybe it could be Terry.
Oh, apparently you want to flirt with him, so.
That's true.
I'll start like slowly sneaking up that corridor until I get to that corner.
Okay.
Do I need to roll stealth?
No, seems like they're aware that there's someone coming.
Okay. I'm gonna right at the corner. I'm gonna turn invisible and then like look around the corner.
You see, as I described it.
What's my perception of them?
They seem to be just like lazily waiting for someone to. It looks like they're like waiting for someone who you don't know. But it looks like they're just kind of waiting. Every so often they'll kind of stare at each other.
Do I have detect thoughts? Damn, I don't.
Just
But they're
lock my
not
ass
saying.
in there.
They're not saying anything.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna turn back around, walk back towards the group, and be like, you know what? Last time I tried flirting with someone here, it didn't go very well. So
You were flirting?
Aveline just looks frustrated, just like stomps in there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Do you come around the corner?
Aveline.
Oh,
I'm-
can Belroth go with her? Because like this is not okay with him.
That's fine. Oh wow, you ran into the wall. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not lighting up for me.
Shouldn't be. Well, you don't have vision, do you?
Well, I had my sword out.
That's right. Do you still have your sword out?
Yeah, I had it out
Okay.
for a while.
Namalia is going to kind of move into that hallway and kind of be listening for any sign of trouble.
Okay. You come around the corner with a sun sword in your hand, and a half-elf warrior behind you. You see their looks kind of like become a bit more like whoa, surprise. And the Serpent Woman, again, she is a snake with a head of a woman, kind of looks to you.
is she cute though?
Again, she's got a lot of makeup on. There's the red face, or the red hand kind of placed over the face. Her hair is kind of like short and kind of like a bob cut kind of hair. And her tongue appears to be very kind of long and forked. She also
That's
has
cute.
like blades for teeth.
That's cute enough for Terry.
Sure. She kind of looks at you. You are with the ladies? Looks to the gnome next to her, and he kind of looks up at her. And, oh, I suppose that you, like them, are wanting to strike up an accord, some sort of deal, then?
Belroth literally looks uncomfortable right now.
And
Just like
what was the last thing that they said?
I suppose you're wanting to strike up some sort of accord, then? Some sort of deal?
Aveline just looks at Belroth.
What kind of deal are we talking about here?
Harry running down the hall. What kind of deal
What
are
kind
we
of
talking about?
I'm always down
I
to
love
make
deals.
a deal.
power slides in on his knees. I'm ready to deal, baby.
I feel like that's him in a market. He hears the word deal, but it actually means sale, and he's like, oh,
Many.
ready to go.
Do you really ask what sort of deal?
Yeah, I will.
Strange. You've come to speak to me and were granted passage by the dragon and my guards. But you know not what you come here for. She looks to the gnome again. Then kind of raises her eyes back up to meet you all. And kind of seeing the room, you see her eyes kind of glow bright yellow. And she kind of scans the lot of you. And you have this strange sensation that, like, she is mentally prying at your head. What are you thinking right now, Belroth?
Literally, he's just like, I am so confused right now.
Confusion. Namali, what are you thinking right now?
I need to keep an eye on Terry.
Sen, what are you thinking right now?
Fuck.
Chai, what are you thinking right now?
We never checked that corridor.
Wait, but Jai's not in here with us.
Nope, that's
Oh.
why he's thinking we
Oh.
never checked that corridor.
Jai-
I'm standing in the hallway, just
Sorry,
just
if you're
waiting
not,
outside. Not there.
if you're not there, I apologize. I don't care what you're
I
thinking.
figured.
Terry, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, I mean,
Do
what
snakes
kind of
have
deal?
titties?
No, I'm thinking, how do you put on all the makeup in the morning?
Okay,
He just kind of rolls her face in it.
Athling, what are you thinking?
She's just wondering what kind of entity this is and like the situation.
If you're thinking on that, you can make an Arcana check.
Was there anything in the room that would kind of hint at what types of deals she makes?
No. 16 is good enough to know that this is some form of Naga. Naga are kind of magically attached entities that have serpent bodies, but humanoid heads, typically female, but not always. It does appear that this one seems to be very comfortable in her position here, and based on the way she kind of described the situation, she was aligned with the Lamias, but it doesn't sound like she was aligned with the dragon.
Also, we probably stole her tributes.
She looks to you lot. Well, you've got nothing to offer me, and you have nothing or no desire of what I have to offer, so this is a very strange meeting, to be sure. The hookah hose floats to her mouth, rests on her lip. She, as it slowly floats back down to its spot on the pillow.
We need a safe place to stay and rest.
A safe place. You've come into my home, my chambers, unannounced, unwelcome. I don't know exactly what I would ask for you to grant me as a gift for tribute. You see the gnome kind of look up to her, and you see her kind of very quickly snap her head to him, and then snap back to you. Although it seems that you've already absconded with my tribute in its entirety. You steal from me, and then you ask me to keep you safe. She kind of starts uncoiling.
Can I telepathically? I think I'm barely.
Please
in
don't
range.
fuck with people, Terry!
No, I want to telepathically talk to the gnome and be like, so what's the deal here? What's going on? What's her deal?
You see
What's
him.
she like? What's her place to
The
eat?
second you message him in his mind, he kind of looks over at you and goes, like, just dismissingly. And she starts to kind of uncoil a bit, kind of looking to you all, and stops and says, "If you want a safe place to rest, return my tribute. Caldera here will make sure it's all accounted for. And then grant me a gift that I would like to add to it. And I will grant you access to all of the halls of Hellfire. And I will also allow you passage through this gate or the next."
Okay.
I'm like already rifling through the bag
Yeah.
and stuff.
So
Like,
Ross is all
Yeah.
like, get the shit. Get the shit. And okay, so he still has half a vial of agony. Can he offer that?
She kind of looks at it and goes, eh.
He's like, I've got this.
You see the gnome kind of look back at her and go, and then kind of turn back to walk over to you. He kind of places the harp in air, and it floats there, and then hops down from his chair, kind of wanders on over to you as you start pouring out the treasure. And as you do so, you see him kind of looking at it. Then you see this hand kind of just manifest and start kind of moving stuff and stacking it. And he's kind of just looking at it as you're pouring it out. Out of character, do you just deposit all 6,000 gold pieces worth of treasure that was in the well?
Fuck yeah.
Also, the potions. Oh no, the potions are from the Lamia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we're keeping them.
Namalia also has a potion of psychic resistance that she would add in to sweeten the pot.
No, this is more than fair. These are good treasures. Perhaps my guards will be able to utilize these potions. You see the gnome kind of turn back and look at her, and you see her kind of eyes kind of widen, and she goes, no matter. I will bring them back in the morning.
What's your buddy's name here?
She already said it was Caldera.
Oh. Doesn't say much.
She kind of looks at you. He doesn't need to.
Belroth just stares at Terry.
The gnome kind of... Gain inspiration, Meg.
did I miss something?
Oh my god.
The spirit, the Naga said to the group, after Terry asks, what's his name, and he doesn't say much. She said, he doesn't need to. And then Magpie said, Belroth just stares at Terry. Are you on board? Do you get the gag?
No.
Terry talks a lot.
As in,
Oh.
maybe you should try that sometime, Terry.
That's funny.
It was a sick burn. So if all the treasures deposited in front of Caldera, you see Caldera very quickly kind of take count of the additions, and then you see a very large hand appear, kind of scoop it all up, and then start moving past you, kind of going around you in full circuit, and start heading back in that direction. You see the Naga kind of shake her head and says, I suppose it's fair. You were probably assailed by them, and they probably wanted you to die horribly. They are a malicious pair. But don't do it again. Just don't entangle yourself with them ever again. If you'd like to rest here, you may. Any of the chambers here will be fair for you to rest in. I suppose if you wish to travel beyond this space, you can. She gestures towards the door with her head. The gate, rather. And the door beyond, she kind of gestures back the way you came. If you head down to the left of this chamber, you should be able to access it with the keys you've taken. There is another gate that leads to another portion of Sifford's crypt.
Belroth would ask very politely if the offer to travel through the portal would extend to others outside of their immediate party.
I suppose that what you've granted me is fair tribute for your interruption and your time staying with me. It sounds like what you're suggesting might be something a bit more.
See what I got.
Annoying.
It's for a greater cause.
You see her kind of just stare at you blankly.
Mm-mm.
A cause.
We will compensate you.
Well, it's a cause that might interest you. There are terrible and destructive powers.
She looks down to the gnome. The gnome kind of like looks up at her and kind of shrugs. She kind of looks back at you and
Roth
says,
is just like, I don't, Namalia, I don't think this is the right way.
if you mean the Magier sisters, they're already in contract with me. I've allowed them passage through here as well.
Yeah.
Well, what about that thing that Terry's tied up with?
You don't know that.
Oh, I don't know it. I thought you.
No,
Okay, never mind.
I've only
Retcon
said.
that. I thought.
Wait, I
thought
feel like we all kind of half know it, right?
Yeah.
Namalia kind of broached quite a bit of it out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Belroth has kind of put a couple pieces together.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do that back.
Okay, so what you're saying is, if we offer you tribute in return for the annoyance, you may potentially let.
I've already
people pass.
I've already told the others, I presume ones that you are engaged with in some sort of dispute over the crypt. Seems like this happens every couple of hundred of years, does it not, Caldera? You kind of... and she kind of looks back to you. If you would prefer to not annoy me, I will give you full entry and passage to the other gate. This one is a bit more direct to the crypt, but that one might be able to allow you to move around it or directly to it. Sifford's Pass is not called Sifford's Crypt, by the way. Just a quick, I want to put that out there. I want to make sure that's...
Yeah. Okay. So this second portal, in relation to this crypt, where would that lead us?
I have to say, it's been a while since I have dealt with the mapping. One moment. And stares at the gnome. And he kind of goes... and then she goes, I remember. So, the throne of the Dweller is beyond this position. After you bypass the throne, you will make your way... Well, unfortunately, you'll have to deal with my sister. But after doing so, hopefully you can rid the place of her entirely. I believe the Sanctuary of the Exsanguinated. And then Sifford's Crypt proper. If you take the other route, it will lead you far afield. Through the shadows of madness. Another couple of other passageways. The sepulchre of the Witch Heart. And some other passages I can't remember, and neither can Caldera. It's been a while since we've taken the other pass, or concerned ourselves with it at all. But it is a lot more gracious a passage, and I assume that it's much more clear, what with the loudness from earlier. You presume she's referring to the undead that came through here.
Okay. Is there like a check I can make to see if any of these names ring a bell?
Well, Sifford's super hella familiar. He's like a
Well, yeah.
badass hero.
Like if I can correlate these with any like modern landmarks.
No.
This all sounds like weird old timey shit to me.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like weird old timey shit. But for the more arcane trained people in the group, it sounds like sections of some sort of like fortress. A lot of people who built fortresses underground, like the Meridians did, they had a habit of making fucking cool like death metal album names, like for their crypts and their dungeons. Like one of them just called Rhapsody of Fire for no reason.
So
Alright.
like for example, Shadows of Madness, that's like an example of that.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not actually Shadows of Madness that you're going into. It's just a place that happens to be called that for some reason.
I feel like Namalia would take it totally literally.
Yeah.
Right? Belroth Duty's like, I don't want to go mad. No.
That place sounds like shit.
Right?
She said that this place that you're in is called Halls of Hellfire.
Okay.
Be cool.
Well, if
if you
that's
ask
the
me.
case, it doesn't sound right to him, so. All right. And then
I think.
he
Oh,
would,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
sorry, he would also just ask if she had seen any scouting parties or heard any scouting parties come this way.
No, I believe you're the first people I've seen for a few days now.
Okay.
Looks over to the gnome. And then she says, yes, a few days, it seems.
Okay.
Time passes a little differently here.
Okay.
So your friends who you want to allow passage, or want me to allow passage, they can take the other pass if they want, or they can offer a tribute here. Please make sure that no one takes anything from me again.
Absolutely.
Yes, mommy. I mean,
Sorry, mommy. Sorry.
Mommy. Mommy.
She kind of coils suggestively. 2 words. It only took 2 words.
bonk.
Namalia, are you related?
Oh my god, this is gonna be sexy, dude.
No!
I'm gonna telepathically say to shoot
That's
Stephanie's character, can't remember, Aveline,
Oh,
to be
wow.
like, it's not that kind of mommy.
What?
I never
The
had
Rock
mommy.
Is like confused.
I was just like, I don't understand these people.
Except he's not, so he's just like, wait, what?
Namalia exit like without meaning to pops into octopus mode and just like backs away.
You made me ink.
Just tentacles and tails flapping. I love it.
No.
Anyway, she seems very just kind of
Stab
lackadaisical.
Norgan.
She's very lackadaisical. It doesn't seem like she really gives a shit about this conflict that you're kind of engaged in. But yeah, if you want to back away, you can. If you do walk up to the door here and try and utilize your keyword, she says, no. That's just to enter into this space or move through the outer passages. You would require the correct keys. Caldera, give them the one that allows them access to the other passage. Caldera kind of... And you can actually hear an audible sigh from him. Then he kind of looks at you. And then Caldera kind of looks to your group and says, who among you is your leader?
I prefer to think of us as a non-hierarchical collection of individuals.
Belroth immediately looks at Sen.
Aveline looks at Namalia.
Namalia's like in that hallway.
Yeah.
God!
Terry is about
Terry's
to
not
just,
like me.
Terry's about to be like, I mean,
Namalia-
No.
Terry's in this position already.
No.
Like,
Terry's like,
Namalia was like, I
Anyone
gotta
but
escape.
him.
That spirit Naga was serving up some body language.
No.
Yes.
Too
Um,
much body, too much body.
and she just
Not enough language. No.
tentacles out of there. Tentacles out of there. But yeah, if you basically indicate Sen, a telepathic voice kind of rings in your head. The voice is absolutely not memorable, and you actually don't remember how it sounds or what it sounded like, how like the nature of the voices. You just remember the contents of what was said, and the word that is said to you is the black sword. The words that are said to you are the black sword.
Okay.
that sounds really familiar, doesn't it?
Sifford's sword was also known as the black sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
But out of character, the Patreon game, the rune sword of Thornstachianatl, which held the soul of two gods, was also known as the black sword.
Ah.
Anywho, do you
Yeah.
wish to attempt to use this passage, or do you wish to continue to the other door that you haven't checked?
This. Oh no. Roll 21. Okay, I'm back. This passage. That's the one that we have the.
She just gave you the
No.
password, the black sword for that.
Yeah.
Or no, she gave you the password for the one on the other the other passage.
Oh,
she
on
did
the
not
other
give you
side.
this door's passage.
Okay.
And this
Then
door
let's
will have
go.
like a longer, it's like a longer walk, but it's a less scary walk.
Shorter walk to the crypt is what she said.
Shorter
The
walk.
other one has a longer walk to the crypt, but it goes on the outside of the crypt, which make an intelligence check. I'm explaining it, but I know that your character has no grasp of what.
Oh
your,
no.
Your
Namali
character
doesn't know anything about
You
anything.
don't understand the difference between the two passes. You definitely don't understand the difference between the two passes. I'm surprised it's not a 0. Stop fucking rolling.
We all just like,
Let's just go to the other path.
There's one door, there's two
Oh
doors.
my God.
I got-
Why did
I got-
Awesome. This is incredible.
So,
All right, who has
just real quick, I want to canonize this. So, Zizo had Namalia roll an intelligence check, got a 3. Okay. Magpie had Belroth roll an intelligence check, got a 2. This is a natural 1, which is why I jokingly said I'm surprised it's not a 0. But yeah,
He's
anyway.
not smart.
Elizabeth had Sen roll an intelligence check, rolled a 4, and then Stephanie had Aveline roll an intelligence check and got the highest of the group by rolling a 1 and having a +9, even though it's a saving throw that she'd rolled there.
can I try to roll intelligence?
It's
So
like-
at this point, we're not even sure
it's okay.
there's 2 doors.
it wouldn't have been much short. It wouldn't have been much less. It still would have been higher than everyone else's, is the point. Because sense would also have been reduced further down. But the point is they haven't reached a 10 in actuality.
That was hilarious.
Whoa!
Terry throwing out big numbers with a 12.
Big numbers.
You
Smart guy Terry over here.
don't get it. You don't understand what she means.
Do we at least know there's
We got
2
the
doors?
password for the other door.
Here's the password for the other door.
Let's go to the other door. Let's let this very nice lady smoke her hookah in peace and listen to that beautiful harp music in peace. Yeah.
Okay. If you go back around the other way, you would find that there is a door at the end of a kind of angled hallway, and then you unlock the door, open it, and inside is a pretty open room, filled with kind of paintings on the walls and on the ceiling, which is kind of a It's not a dome. It's more just kind of an arched kind of ceiling, also painted. Very beautiful looking room. It appears that on the wall to the south, or left of the door, there is a painting of what appears to be a man in plate armor fighting against another man in plate armor. The first man appears to be wielding a massive greatsword with a black blade, and his armor is black in coloration, with kind of white Atavian crosses on the shoulder plates and kind of on the chest. The other knight is also in black armor, but you can see that he has the symbol of the demon prince of lust bound on his chest, and he wields a longsword, and his other hand appears to be a massive kind of demonic claw. That's the painting on the left. It looks like there's angels and demons kind of fighting behind and around them, and like soldiers that are kind of similarly armored kind of fighting in the background of these paintings. The painting to the north side on your right, you see what appears to be the man with the black sword impaling the other individual, kind of knocking them low. But it looks like there's kind of like a mortal tear across his side, and it looks like there's kind of blood tracing off of the claw of the evil knight. Directly above you, there appears to be a massive eagle kind of painted across the top of it, and the eagle has two heads.
We're in Germany now.
Which, Belroth, for you, notably, the two-headed eagle is the noted symbol of Sifford.
Okay.
But yeah, this gate, you would know the pass key is the black sword.
Mm. The black sword.
Whom, it opens. And just beyond
Three sexy, scary ladies. No.
is
Oh
a
God.
staircase that appears to be ascending upwards.
Is it the stairway to heaven?
It is not that.
Stairway to
The passageway, from what you can tell, appears to be well traversed. It looks like it's had, quite a lot of feet that have footed on it recently. It looks like this is a well-traversed area. It's harder to tell in the room that you're in, because there's a bit of sand that's kind of tracked in from the other chambers. But from what you can tell, it appears to be well-journeyed.
Hmm.
Do you wish to ascend the steps and have the party follow behind? Belroth obviously taking to the side of Sen as they do that, right?
Always.
Or do you wish to let the portal fade after a minute and rest here?
We should probably
Yeah, we
rest.
should probably rest.
She
But
did
it's
give us
good to
permission
know
to
it's
rest.
Yeah, it's good to know what's on the other side.
Okay. So now that you kind of cleared this area, and also because the only other denizen in this place is welcoming, you can go ahead and set up camp here, but you would know that this is probably not the best place to do it, based on the fact that this is also a place that the serpent, the Naga, had stated that the others, the servants of the Matriar sisters, are passing. So, which room would you like to set up in? I'm assuming it'll be the guards
Oh.
room.
Yeah, the Lamia room. It has mattresses.
Okay.
Ooh,
You'll note by this
slumber party.
You'll note by this time the corpses have been removed from sight. They are not there. The dragon corpse remains, but the two Lamia have been taken away. Alright. Starting along. Oh, you always try to move through walls. You crazy person. I'm gonna bar you from doing it.
No
No.
mas.
It's cheating. It's not cool. Can't move through
Oh.
walls. Teleportation.
I didn't know where I was moving. I thought I was in the right spot.
I'm sorry. No more moving through walls is possible in the next room, so great. And then you're taking a long rest. So any benefits that you get back for taking a long rest happen. The Teapotzer is gone, and your Shield Guardian is back to full health.
Yay.
How do hit points work again with this?
Long rest is max all your hit points. And then if you've spent any hit dice, you only regain a number of hit dice equal to half your level rounded down. So if you've spent hit dice, they don't all refresh on a long rest. And then any features that you would regain on a long rest or short rest would regain.
So like action surge, or is that per
Action surge
encounter?
would come back, yeah.
Okay.
You say we regain all of our HP on a long rest?
Correct.
Okay.
I feel so naked without my spell slots.
Well, if you're taking a long rest, nothing happens during the time that you're kind of down. A quick note too: long rests, you can only take one every kind of duration. So you'll kind of be barred from taking one again for a while now. So travel with caution. You kind of stop resting. Some people kind of taking a short, nap. Some of you not. But everyone kind of taking some downtime here. And then you head back to the portal way. And I'm assuming you say the word again and are going through, or...
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I'm game.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh.
Here we go.
Whoa, up the stairs.
So you ascend up the steps. Belroth and Sent kind of taking the lead there. And you'll note that the chamber is pretty mundane. It looks like it is pretty heavily traversed, but it looks like there's a very specific pathway that's being kind of followed here. You can very much track the movements of the forces. It looks like they take the door on the right. But there are two doors. There's a door on the left, door on the right.
Wait, is this a door?
Yeah. The red kind of shapes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is a door and this is a door
Mhm.
on the bottom and on the top. Okay,
I thought the part in the middle was the door too.
me too. Yeah.
Take the road less traveled.
Aren't we looking for the group that went through here, though? I mean, we would assume that that's where, like, if they're filtering in people to, say, Sifford's Pass, wouldn't they be going that way? Wouldn't that be like,
I think that's a good call. I think that makes sense.
yeah?
Okay.
Because like if they're wanting like an army of undead and they brought undead through here, when
Yeah, sorry, Terry.
he's trying to mess us up now. I guess I'd inspect this door.
Seems fine. It actually just looks like it's a push open door, and it looks like it has a mechanism to kind of reset it back to closed when it's open. Or after it's opened. But yeah, if you push it open, it's a pretty heavy door, being kind of a larger door, but doesn't take much effort.
I got Belroth right there.
You can see, yep. You can see that there's a bunch of footprints that kind of pass forward, and it looks like they immediately kind of turn right. It looks like there's not that small passage. I mean, they keep going and they turn right up ahead.
Oh, okay.
That small narrow passage, it doesn't look like many footprints have passed through there. Not as many that have passed kind of on this area. And there's kind of like a lot of trace elements of kind of this strange brown dirt, like footprints that are like almost like mud that's been left and kind of dried out. And you also see quite a bit of sand too. The sand looks very similar to the sand that you saw in the Blue Dragon's kind of chamber, And the brown dirt, you're not sure. It's from somewhere else, though.
Interesting. Well, do we want to keep checking? Do we want to check this little passageway down here before we head forward?
Yeah.
All right. The narrow passageway kind of starts to kind of head that way. Aveline, I didn't pull copper as well. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Yeah, Jai, it looks like you're kind of falling behind in the back of the group. Is that right? Kind of with Aveline? Yeah. Okay. Make a perception check. Jai.
17.
As you're kind of walking kind of behind everybody, you can see that there's something directly above Terry's position from behind him. And it's really hard to explain exactly what you're seeing, but I'm going to give it a shot. There's something on the ceiling, but it's not physically there. You can see like the outline of it, but you can't see the full outline of it. You're almost seeing like shards or segments of the kind of silhouette of this thing. And it's not even like a full-on like outline of it. It's just like this very simple kind of just weird cut in your visual like perception. At first you kind of like, you know, do one of those like you think somebody's like to the left of you and you kind of look and then there's no one there, right? Have you ever had that experience?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you look to the ceiling and there's nothing there. And then you kind of, it happens again and you kind of focus on it to make sure. And then you start seeing these weird traces. Whatever it is, it seems to be kind of not bipedal. It seems to kind of be shuffling across the ceiling directly over Terry.
Cool. I'm gonna cast. Can I cast Fairy Fire on it?
You can throw the spell up. I need to see the description for sure. Okay. You kind of, just for no reason, throw up the spell Fairy Fire. It illuminates Terry. Go ahead and make a Dexterity saving throw, Terry.
Sorry, my right hand is incapacitated.
All that fapping.
Oof.
Okay, so Terry starts glowing. But whatever it was that you were aiming at doesn't seem to. And you realize that it doesn't move or shuffle. Like the quick glint that you see of it as that happens. It's not like dodging it or anything. It just seems to be not affected by it. And you then realize at that moment that whatever you're looking at is not in this plane. It's transiently being seen. I use the word correctly this time. It's being seen in this plane as kind of like an after image. You know whatever it is in the ethereal.
Ah. Well, that confirms that. And he's just gonna point up to see if me pointing up indicates to Terry that there's a fucking thing up.
Terry, you look up, there's nothing there. It's completely just a ceiling.
Well, I like turn around. I like look at
But you are glowing.
I'm like,
what color is Terry glowing?
is that my decision or his decision?
His decision.
Oh, I'm sure it's a like hot pink. I've like moved on from the royal purple and it's getting like brighter and much more obnoxious.
I love it. Over the top. That's what we like to see.
Groovy.
Jai's in their pink phase.
It's just
working
where
their
I'm at
way
right
through the
now.
rainbow.
Oh my god, I just imagined Jai in like a coordinate.
Oh
Anyway.
my gosh.
Anyways, I'm happy with the thought. I'm gonna move on from it though.
Great.
There's nothing up there.
Nothing
Terry.
down this.
And the passageway seems to continue on. You kind of get to the bottom. There is a fork. Pass to the left, pass to the right.
Oh, spooky.
To the right, you can kind of hear a... and every so often a sound of metal clinging, which you would recognize having possibly incarcerated once or twice. The sounds of chains.
Ooh. Well, we don't like that. Maybe we do. I don't know. Going back. Oh, Belroth. Thank you. Whispers to Belroth. Did you hear that?
You did.
Did I hear that? Okay. I had to ask.
Did I?
He would kind of like a motion for her to like, or them. So I'm sorry.
It's-
To move like not necessarily behind him, but like just back just a little so he can look in the door and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So like, yeah, he'll kind of peek and then they just kind of do the creeping.
Since like behind like this with the crossbow
with a little
out.
crossbow, like poking under his arm or something.
Yeah.
So as you kind of come around the way, you would see that the room kind of narrows, or the ceiling kind of drops a bit. My brain sometimes works. And when you kind of look around the corner, you can see two kind of ghastly looking figures that appear to be kind of shackled to massive weighted balls, kind of standing next to each other. And it looks like they're kind of moaning at each other, almost as if this is some form of communication.
All right, like he'll look back and kind of motion like two enemies, like Black Ops, like ooh, do. Okay, I don't. And they look like they're kind of stationary here. The ball and chain is like keeping them in place.
Yeah, well, they've got a ball and chain attached to their leg. If they're able to move, it's probably not going to be at like full tilt. The weight of those look like they're pretty heavy. Yeah.
Okay. Can they move like kind of back here a little bit?
Okay. Yeah.
And he'll kind of explain what was in there, and honestly, it's Sen's call. Like, if Sen wants him to go in and chop some heads off, he'll do it. Or they can just leave them there and not alert anyone to anything.
Probably leave them there.
Perfectly fair. While that's happening, Aveline, Namalia, Terry, and Jai, you see them kind of breach off and kind of head down this narrow passageway. You're well aware that the Shield Guardian's not going to be able to maneuver through there very easily. I'm not saying it's impossible, but he will be squeezing and will be basically blocking off the tube for anyone that's in front of him to escape back through him, if that makes sense. Well, yeah, you could move through him. That's fine. But do any of you want to continue through the like the small narrow passageway that they're in, or do you just want to wait around for them to show up?
I'll go ahead and
wait for them.
I'll go ahead and follow down that corridor.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Do I see that? Follow him?
Yes.
Okay.
so
Do you follow him, Jai?
God damn it. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Fuck me.
As you kind of take a couple seconds to think about it and then kind of move forward, you stop there. That's good. You can kind of see him kind of open up into the main chamber, and you can see whatever it is moving after him. Once he kind of gets close to them and they're kind of focused on each other and talking about what's going on over there, you see whatever it is kind of shift out of the weird kind of state it's in. Its skin becomes apparent to you first, this kind of mottled blue coloration. You can see that it has 8 legs and these bright red eyes, 8 of them slowly kind of turning from its weird unnatural head to stare directly down at Terry. And as it kind of appears, it falls. And it falls without any sound and lands on Terry. And bites Terry.
Oh, fuck!
please don't turn him into Spider-Man.
Chomp.
fucking told you.
20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Con saving throw.
All right. Ouch.
You take 3 piercing damage as you feel these kind of sharp lances kind of enter into your neck. You then feel this kind of white hot feeling kind of pulse through your bloodstream as you take 18 more points of poison damage.
Oh my gosh. So, 21 total?
Mm-hmm. And you are also poisoned. You have the poisoned condition.
What the fuck is this thing?
Oh wait, no, sorry, hold on. Incorrect. You are not poisoned.
Okay.
Can we hear?
So
You'd probably hear Terry exaggerated kind of cry out in pain.
Fuck!
Oh,
God, Belroth is just like.
And then this is what you two see, Sen and Belroth. As it kind of lands on Terry, kind of shadows around him and like bites into his neck. You see it do that, kind of move its eyes to you, and you can see it like threat detecting. Like Belroth, you're immediately kind of going for your weapon, and then you watch as its kind of form just goes, and it just becomes nothing. Like it's almost as if its form just was like slowly being pulled apart by pieces and taken away from this position, taken away from this realm of existence.
They're allergic to Terry.
What the fuck was that thing?
Be quiet.
I say
Enemy
in your head.
territory.
I say in your head. What the fuck was that thing?
Jai, you kind of see that happen and stop for a second, and then look back at the rest of the group, and you can see just shadows dropping down on Aveline and Amalia. 2 more of these strange creatures kind of falling on them as well.
Oh hell no.
I'm immune to poison, bitches.
They don't know that.
I know.
You have a soul and you genuinely look like you're edible, so like I didn't mean that to sound weird.
tasty.
Look edible.
So
Everyone's edible.
17 to hit Amalia.
Everything is edible.
That'll miss.
If you try hard enough.
You said that misses?
That'll miss.
Okay. You very like attuned to kind of your surroundings. You feel it kind of descending. You kind of move aside and kind of bring yourself to like defend against, it biting at your skin. The second it realizes that's happening, it kind of like gets annoyed. It doesn't immediately fade away. The other one, 16 to hit on Aveline.
For what?
AC.
Oh, I'm right at 16.
Then it'll hit. You take 6 piercing damage. And you're immune to the poisoned condition. Let me double check.
Yes.
I'm going to check something real quick. Warforged. I just want to make sure I'm not killing you, right? Warforged, you have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, and you have resistance to poison damage. You're not immune to them. You just have
Oh, where
benefit
did I
from-
see immune?
I don't know.
All right.
I'll double check. But I'm looking at the Warforged stats right here. Looks like it's just resistance, and you have advantage on your saving throw. So roll saving throw, and you have advantage.
A saving throw in what?
Constitution, sorry. You succeed. Yeah, you feel it kind of like lance into your porcelain neck, kind of pull out, and as it's doing so, you kind of look and you can see this trail of this strange kind of bluish color liquid coming out of your neck. You kind of and it seems to kind of like move away from you, kind of backing against the wall. Yeah, that's when we'll start an initiative. It's bluish colored venom. It appears to kind of glow too. Like think predator blood, but blue.
Ooh. Hey, John, do you think you can make my aura visible?
Yeah. If my cat will stop trying to eat my paintbrushes, it should be visible.
Paintbrushes aren't for eating.
What the heck?
Is Roll20 just being a douche?
It must be, because it says I just changed the color to see if it would show up. Let me try something. We'll just switch it to Aura 2. Maybe that'll see. Yeah, Roll20 just hates auras right now. Sorry.
Okay.
Everybody's rolled?
Mm.
Did I roll? Yeah, I rolled. Alright. Okay. So during the first round here, which we've already covered the surprise round, you're all active, you're all aware. So feel free to act as you'd like. Jai, you're up. Uh-oh, it's getting to that later half of the episode. My cat's starting to want to play.
Oh no. Playtime's tomorrow.
Playtime's tomorrow, kitty cat.
Oh, that's weird, John. There's no distance on the map. That's why auras aren't working. You see that? There's no distance
That
set
would
up
make
for the squares on the
Ah.
map, so none of the auras or anything are gonna work for that reason.
That's funny.
Good catch.
Free movement. So free.
You know what though? That's a really interesting concept for a game. I really think that's funny. My brain just went into future mode. I just had a great idea.
Put that one in the back pocket.
So that was bonus action to get my healing aura started, and for an action, I think I'm just going to sonic attack this one straight in front of me.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Yep.
So
oh, look at that
9
cat.
thunder damage.
Oh, that ham.
How much damage was it?
9.
And you said it's thunder, right?
Yeah.
It seems to be very annoyed.
Cool.
Jai, you're done. Terry, you're up.
All right, I'm going to bonus action cast Hex on one of them. On this one that I can see.
Yep, that makes sense.
Cast
Yeah.
Hex on it, and then I'm going to hit it with my Eldritch Blast. Hex is a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to hit it with my Eldritch Blast.
You have
That'll
like
hit.
a strobe light going on.
You're Raven.
Okay.
That happens sometimes. It's like the white balance
What
on my
is
camera.
going on?
Yeah, that happens.
The system is down. That'll hit.
Okay,
Roll the hex
great.
damage.
So there's that. There's the Hex.
Second attack.
And then the second one.
That'll hit.
And the Hex. Ow.
As you kind of throw up the hex, you see the kind of mark of the lady kind of appear above it, kind of take hold. Then you throw out the two blasts, kind of snaking over Jai and one kind of underneath. They both slam into the spider with an immense amount of force, kind of smashing it against the wall as it kind of bounces away from Nemalia a bit and kind of like lays on the ground, its legs kind of very quickly kind of curling in on itself. Nemalia, looking down at it, you can make a nature check. With a 9.
Man, I'm just rolling shit.
With a 9, you're not sure exactly what these creatures are. You obviously know that they're arachnids, but they definitely exhibit supernatural abilities that are not normal amongst giant spiders. Terry done. Senna up.
Not Aragorn.
Yeah, we're gonna. Let me double check that movement. Yeah, we're gonna move forward to there. No, to there. And then I still can't shoot at it. So we're just gonna complete that. And then can I shoot at it at this one now?
Yeah, it's around a corner, so it would have cover, but yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try it.
12 will miss.
Well,
It kind of hits the edge of the corner. You just didn't. You tried. You went a little too far to the right.
that's alright.
Okay, send done. Belroth up.
I'm closer.
Yeah, that's the key.
Alright.
Oh, sorry. Belroth, you're not at the top of the initiative. Never mind. Go ahead. Continue. You definitely hear something that Sen wouldn't have noticed. There does sound like there's a metal dragging sound coming from behind you.
Oh
Boy.
no.
Alright, so-
Terry.
he's gonna summon his echo and then send it up to help deal with the spider.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll do
Hit.
that, and then I only get the one attack, right? Because it moved, or do I get both attacks?
Get both attacks, I think.
Okay.
That'll hit. Alright. 2 solid blows from the dragon shadow that appears behind you, Aveline. The creature's kind of like positioned so its like legs are out over top of you, so it's like forming like a umbrella kind of over top of you from where it bit. So yeah, that's where it is positionally. That's why it's sharing your space. It's like directly above you. And then the 2 blades would be up in that direction. Demonio, you're up.
Okay, let's do a cantrip.
Okay.
Con save.
It fails.
Okay.
It appears to be frostbitten.
And can I move, if I move back? Okay, I'll take the attack of opportunity. I'm gonna
Okay.
move back away from it.
All right. That'll hit. 21 AC. 11 piercing damage, and then make a con saving throw. Success. I didn't even notice. So you take half as much of the damage, the poison damage on a success. So it's going to be 9 poison. And then, yeah, 9. I missed Aveline, but I think it was low. Yeah, it would have been a total of 3 damage, Aveline, for poison. Because it would have halved, and then it would have halved again because of your resistance to it.
How much piercing damage was that?
11 plus 9 is a 20 total damage.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right.
Oh wait, did he get disadvantage on his attack against me?
Why
From
would?
my frostbite?
Oh, he would have. It would have hit a
Wouldn't matter.
18. Does the 18 still hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you take an action though? A frostbite. You frostbite me. Oh, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Aveline, you're up.
So now you would get +5 from the healing aura.
Cool.
Nice.
And it's no longer frostbite.
All right. I'm gonna
Do a flip.
Fire.
No.
Flip. Firebolt the spider.
You're in melee with it, so if you firebolt it, you'll have disadvantage. If you shock and grasp, it's a better attack.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if it was like, I guess I could grab like a leg or something, right?
Yeah, just reach up and kind of like do one of these. Hi-ya!
Okay. We'll do that.
That will miss.
Okay, well,
You kind of like you see
um,
its legs kind of like chitter on the sides as it kind of pulls itself away from your electrifying hand.
I guess I'll wait. I should have told Copper to come in here before.
It don't like spicy food.
You can still tell him on your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And then on
I'm
his
gonna
turn,
have him move
he can
over
go.
here.
Oh, he can't go through him.
Oh, he can't. Okay. Oh, it's a
Well-
little hallway. Okay.
He can go here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and he can make an attack against the creature if you wanted to.
Okay, I'm gonna have him do that. Hold on, my computer just. Okay.
Hit and hit. And second damage. Okay. You see the Shield Guardian just kind of moving towards you, Namalia. You kind of press against the wall as it passes by you. It throws its first fist and then second fist. The first fist rocks it and kind of like causes it to fall. And it looks like it's about to land on Aveline, and the second punch hits it, causing it to kind of fly down the hall a little bit, sliding and kind of spinning as its legs are kind of curling in on its sides. It looks very dead.
Hooray.
All right. Belroth, as you're kind of focusing on the shadow and you can see that the fight's going well, you then see that kind of shape appear over Terry again as it drops back into existence.
Would I get an attack of opportunity?
No, not for
No.
appearing. It's going to bite Terry again.
Right. Can I use Entropic Ward to give it disadvantage?
Throw a Tropic Ward for me, please. Interesting. It doesn't have a positive for you having to know the attack's coming. So then, yeah, that's fine. So it has advantage, so it'll have disadvantage as well, meaning that it will have regular attack, yeah, and it'll hit a 19 AC.
Yep.
5 piercing, and I need a con saving throw from you.
Oh.
You're going to take 20 points of poison damage.
Oh.
That's 5 piercing and 20 poison.
Yeah.
You're not down, right?
No, but I'm hurt.
Okay. It is then going to, kind of securing itself on the wall, move down so that it's over top Belroth.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
You do.
I will. Can I do?
No, unless you have Warcaster as a feat.
Ah.
And since you have no weapons drawn, you can't draw a dagger or anything. You just can swing with your regular fist.
I'm not gonna do that.
All right. The spider, as it kind of secures its position over top of you, Belroth, it's kind of like leaning its head in and kind of staring at its eye, staring with its eyes at you, and you can kind of hear this kind of sound coming from it, like it's really annoyed at you.
Elroth hisses back.
Giant. You kind of turn your attention back down the hallway, and over Sen's shoulder, you can see the third spider has appeared, and Harry's like, "Oh, it fucking it." You muted.
I'm gonna vicious mockery.
Okay.
The spider.
Hold on. Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
DC 16.
It's not affected by your barbed insults.
Can't say I didn't try. Bonus action, I'm going to throw a bardic inspiration to Belroth down there.
Tarek.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to transfer the hex to this one down here.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to quit. Then I'm just gonna shoot off my Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
Boom.
Hit.
Boom.
Miss.
Okay. And then there's the hex damage for the first one.
13 total. Okay. Well wounded, pretty solid shot. It kind of turns its head to you and kind of like angrily kind of like snaps back to Belroth. It looks like it's annoyed at Belroth for some reason.
Okay. And then I'm going to I actually do have one potion of healing, so I'm just going to take a swig of it because I have Rapid Drinker.
Have Rapid Drinker. That's important. Yep.
So that's just 1d4 plus 1, right?
2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2, okay. Well, that sucks.
One more.
Oh, 2d4, okay.
So 3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay.
All right. Done with your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to move towards Jai.
Okay.
And that's all.
Sen, you're muted.
Terry ruined my plan. It's fine though. We're gonna move up and we are going to shoot this little shit with a crossbow because you're not biting my.
Gonna miss.
Yeah.
Next up is Belroth.
Rip.
You're not gonna bite my friend.
So, right. So the spider to the north, is that one still up?
There are no other spiders besides the one that's atop you.
All right, well then we're fucking this one up.
All right.
Let's go.
Miss.
Or maybe not.
Hit.
You have a bard die.
Oh, I have bard. What?
Oh yeah, you have.
You can roll
Bardic
Bardic
Inspiration.
Inspiration dice. It's an extra D10
Okay.
to the roll, or D8 to the roll.
8. Okay, that one for the first one.
Okay, they both hit. You kind of, it's hissing at you. You see Terry kind of move away, and his attention's kind of like looking back over to it. Like it was very,
Definitely hissing back at it, by the way.
it was very focused on killing Terry. You kind of drop down with the sword, kind of bring it up, lash, and then bring it back this way. And you can see the first streak kind of cut through the chitinous exoskeleton of the arachnid, and then the second blade kind of cleaving through it as well. But you can actually see the blade in its entirety on the second pass through as it cuts through the entirety of the spider. It then drops in this kind of nasty kind of greenish goo all over top of you. And the two sides of the spider kind of coiling in on themselves as they kind of squish out the juices onto the floor around you.
He's literally just standing there with like his sword, like, oh.
Are they edible?
Yeah, face spiders are edible as fuck.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, we're still in initiative for reasons. Namalia, you're up.
I know these
okay.
reasons.
Gonna move. Oh, okay. Can I move here?
Yeah.
Can I get Terry with my healing word from here, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
And then you still have an action. What would you like to do with it?
I don't know.
If you're just being defensive because you don't know where the attack might come from, you can take the dodge action.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Adeline?
Always heroically take the dodge action.
I'm going to be honest with you, and when I play D&D, it's one of the biggest actions I take. It's super smart.
Real quick, is this aura Jai's like healing magic
Yep.
song? Okay, so I should have gained 5 HP. Was
If you
it?
started your turn,
Oh, start. I thought it
Yep.
was end.
You can't
Okay.
run into it and pick it up. You have to start your turn there.
Gotcha.
And you get 14 back.
Oh, nice.
Adeline, you're up.
Well, I don't know what the threat is, so I don't know
Yeah, correct. That's accurate.
where to go. I'm just gonna be ready to shoot something if it comes by.
All right. The face fighters are dead. And on initiative 1, 2 pale, sickly white creatures kind of move out of the corner beside you, Belroth, as you're standing in horror at the mess of the spider. And they just kind of step past its corpse, the ball dragging through the nasty green liquids, and kind of looking at you. And they both just reach out to you like they were trying to touch you. Their hands are kind of sharp looking, like they have nasty looking kind of clawed hands. And in fact, it's not just kind of like, just regular tiny little claws. I'm talking like pretty decent sized barbs at the end of their fingers. Looks like they're both going to attempt to claw touch you. The first one will definitely hit. So will the second one. You'll take from the crit, you'll take 17 slashing damage, and from the regular hit, you'll take 10. And then I just need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws. Success. Success. As they kind of touch you, you feel this weird kind of... if you ever had your leg go asleep, like your whole body feels that from where they touch you. And like you very kind of quickly feel it wash over you. And then the second one touches you, and the same thing kind of happens. And you're just kind of like... It's like the heebie-jeebies. It's like, but you feel like if you weren't as Belroth as you are, you might have felt that differently.
Yes, he's achieved adjective status.
Belroth as you are. Okay, Jai, there's 2 strangers down there touching on Belroth.
I like that. I don't like strangers touching on my Belroth.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
It's not okay.
Gotta get that. Gotta get them.
I didn't hear consent.
Damn right.
I'm going to bonus action throw another bard die to you.
Bard die on Belroth?
Yes, sir. And I think I'm gonna try hitting it with a sonic attack.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
That'll whip. Alright, Terry, you're up.
Quick question.
Sure.
You've told me inspiration twice. I can only have one, right?
Bardic inspiration.
No, but you told me to
me.
take inspiration twice today.
Correct. So you have to give one to someone else.
Who doesn't have it? Okay, Sen. You raised your hand first.
Yay.
Okay, so I started my turn in the aura, so I get 5 HP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, hold on. No, did you take damage this last turn?
Oh, no, I did not.
Well,
I thought you did.
Right.
You got
Yes.
bit.
yes, you have. Since your last turn, you took damage, right?
Oh. No.
No.
Not since my last turn.
Okay,
No,
then
because
no.
he ran into
Okay.
here, and
Yeah.
then the 2 guys appeared.
To make the aura of sound balanced, because it's an always healing effect, it doesn't just always heal. It only heals people who are freshly wounded. Because if you had a
Okay.
freaking aura that had no, like, allotment or no cost, just healing all the time, that'd be cheating.
Twilight Domain Cleric.
Yeah.
What?
Also, yes.
What?
The Twilight Domain Cleric can give
Oh.
is nasty, and I love it.
I'm going to be playing one soon, I hope.
My next character in my other group's campaign is going to be a Twilight Domain.
Other group.
So-
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
Cheating.
Yeah, it's because you gave Terry plot armor.
So you're saying you want me to kill Terry so you can play your next character. I get it now.
Okay, I was gonna play her, but her backstory is very reliant on gods, and gods don't exist in this
Well, they
world.
kind of do. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I'm gonna move here, and then are these guys actually antagonistic?
They're just beating, or they're touching Belroth, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody touches Belroth.
I'll transfer my hex to the one on the left,
Mhm.
and then I'll just bang bang, Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
There's 1.
Hit. Also hit.
Okay, and then there's the 2 hexes.
Bang bang, shot him dead.
Minus 25. All right. Solid shots. Yeah, it kind of batters it against the wall, and it is like really just aggravated looking. All right, Terry done. Senna.
Yay!
Hexel, I'll give it disadvantage on Dex
Okay.
or Strength checks. Let's do Strength.
Maybe tries to grab Belroth or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Belroth tries to suplex them or something, I don't know.
This guy.
Okay.
This. 10.
Eric. arrow kind of just scatters down the hallway. You tried to avoid hitting Terry, so you aimed high. Or no, sorry, you tried to avoid hitting Belrod, so you aimed high, and it just didn't make it. All right,
I hate my life.
Belroth, you're up.
All right. What type of action is it to dispel the echo?
It's a bonus action, I think.
Okay. Okay, so that one. Okay. Okay, so he's just gonna attack them.
Okay. And if you
We'll
want,
start with
if you want to just make it disappear now, so next turn you can pop it there. That'd be fine.
yeah.
You can manifest another echo as a bonus action, and that destroys the first echo. It says in the description, I'm just reading it now, this echo is magical, transition image lasts until it is destroyed, so you dismiss it as a bonus action until you manifest another echo.
Wow, okay.
Or until you're incapacitated. So you don't need to do anything. You can just pop another one somewhere else that's within 15 feet of you.
That's awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's just gonna do that. And then he's going to attack the one on the right with the echo.
Okay. Attack the one on the left with yourself.
With myself.
Okay.
So that's the right, the left.
Hit and miss.
And then how many of these do I have a day? I forget.
Well, you have spent one already.
Yeah, and it's my Constitution modifier, which is 4. So we're gonna do another one on the right.
2 remaining. That'll hit. It is also pretty well battered. All right. Anything else from Belron?
Nah, he's gonna keep those things down there.
Namale.
Okay, gonna use another because little Terry is still busted up, right?
Pretty beat up.
A little bit, yeah.
Like half?
Just exactly half.
Okay, yeah, you need a little more tender love and care.
You just smack him upside the head with a healing spell.
You dropped the bomb on me, baby.
5, 14 again.
BALM. Bomb. Never mind. Forget it. It was funny.
Oh, haha.
I got you.
Thank you, Namalia.
So, how dare you? Anything else?
I kind of want to. Anything else? Those don't look like very high level undeads, right?
They look like undead. Their nature is not really determinable. They look like they have, these are the identifying qualities that you can see. Pale white skin, long claws extending out of their fingers, kind of a feral looking face that looks like it's kind of a twisted nature of the animus of like their mortality.
Will a 23 hit?
Yes.
Are they affected by 9 necrotic damage?
So they are resistant to the necrotic damage, but chill touch. If you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
So it'll take half the damage.
All right, cool.
All right. Next up is Adeline.
All right, I'm gonna start going down this hallway. How far can I go?
Looks like you can get between Jai and Namalia. It's the farthest you could get.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. I think I can hit one of those with a fire blast.
Yep.
Okay.
A lot of people in the way, but
Duck.
yeah,
yeah, everyone get out of the way.
They're your allies, so it's fine. That'll hit. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hitting the one in front of Jai. Or not Jai, Balroth.
You kind of yell, "Duck, everyone!" Raise up your hand and shoot the firebolt out of your palm, and you watch as it kind of hits the face of the creature as it's kind of reeling off the back wall from its last sequence of blows. As it hits the face, it just becomes this large burst of fire, and once the fires kind of die down a bit, you can see that you put a hole right through its head, and its hair is just on fire as it's falling to the ground dead, or more dead than it was because it was undead.
Double dead.
It's 2 times the dead. Bonus action at all?
I'm good.
And then obviously the shield guardian can't get through, so no command really to issue there. And then the last of the 2 creatures will attack Belroth. It doesn't seem to even notice your echo. 20 to hit. Go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw.
I have 21.
Okay. Well, then it misses.
Hurrah!
Next up is Chai.
That's funny. Actually, yeah, why not? I'll move up to here and just do a vicious mockery. Why not?
Yeah, it fails.
Cool.
Next up is Terry. Chris.
Hey. Gonna transfer the I guess I'll move forward a bit to what? I guess there.
Okay.
I'll transfer the hex to that one.
Mhm.
And then again, Eldritch Blast.
Hit.
Boom. Boom.
Okay. Those 2 blows will put it down. Very,
Yay.
very suddenly. Thud, and kind of drop it down. The next couple seconds afterwards, you kind of wait to see if any random other things will kind of just appear out of nowhere, as it seemingly did in that last half of the fight. But yeah, no, it seems that you have cleared at least the immediate area around you. What would you like to do beyond that point? Starting with Belron, since you've kind of got the lead in the front there.
All right. I mean, there's still this passageway here. But do we want to leave Copper in the back?
I mean, he can kind of guard that space.
He can come through
Sure.
the hallway. He just can't fight in the hallway, and he has to squeeze
Yeah.
to do it, which means his speed is halved, and no one besides Terry can get through him. He's literally blocking the passageway. So it's like you're shoving
Okay.
a cork in the hall.
Okay. All
Which is
right.
fine if you can shove the cork all the way down the hall and pop it out the other end.
It's not so good if you are in the hall and are being fought, and there's a big-ass, dumb-looking shield guardian behind you,
Right.
It's like,
Right.
crying as his friends are dying because he can't move to let you run away. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean this for this to happen. I'm just big, okay?
I just wanted to pet the
He's trying his
rabbit.
best.
I'm just trying my best.
Okay, so Belroth is now in the must clear all threats mode. So he
Sure.
would probably want to come down this side hallway here.
Okay. Do you want to check the room that the creatures came from any further, or no?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay. You go in there, and yeah, it's pretty, blank a room. It's really confusing. Like, it just feels off, and there's kind of a just blandness to this room, but it feels like there's kind of like a smattering of droplets on the floor, And as you kind of realize that, you kind of look up at the ceiling, and you see that the floor is or the ceiling is kind of covered in this nasty kind of viscera. Like it's just fleshy, bloody material that's directly above you, like the ceiling's made out of it.
Magic person?
No, sorry. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Yeah, you are frightened. You flee that room. You literally.
Yeah, he's like, nope. He's just gonna nope the fuck right out here. And be like, yeah, don't go in there. Nope.
But it seems like the nature of reality had shifted, and for some reason the ceiling was flesh. Or just under the skin, kind of gross.
Oh!
That first little
Disgusting.
subdermal layer. Peel it back.
Chris, you're raving again.
I mentioned. So, Zach, I mentioned degloving on my last game of D&D. So, do you know what that is? So
No.
it's an error, or it's an error of judgment on people who work in like construction or like warehouses. If like their ring finger gets caught on something, and then they fall.
Oh.
Get
Sit all
smacked on
off.
something.
You can look it up if you want.
Yeah. You
Oh,
can-
don't do
Don't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
I don't recommend
Yeah.
it.
Google
Why would you
responsibly.
tell them to do that?
She said she didn't recommend it,
Curiosity.
but she said you could do it though.
You could.
Exactly.
I mean, you can look up a lot of things.
You could.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But do you want to?
Yeah, it definitely looks like bare flesh that's just kind of like... Again, it wasn't static either. It seemed to have been pulsing, by the way.
That's
It's
the part that creeped him
alive.
out. That was the part that creeped him out. It was like, oh, flesh ceiling. And then it was like pulsing, and he's like, nope.
No!
All right, so we'll go down this hall then.
Okay.
And just kind of like looking for anything that's out of place as well.
Stop there. Make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. You feel a sense of vertigo. It's jarring. It's immediately jarring. It causes you to kind of stop in place. It feels like if you were to kind of move forward at all, you would fall, and not like down. You would fall down the hallway. You can't really understand why this is happening. This sense of vertigo that's kind of settling in your head.
Like you're walking down a hill and your feet get ahead of you type of thing.
Yeah, it almost feels like if you were to continue forward at all, you would just fly forward and smash into the wall.
Okay. So he's just like, okay, he'll take like a step back.
Okay. Yeah, you start to feel less nauseated, less of that vertigo situation, and you kind of back to the group.
Yeah, he's just like, that might be like something weird down there. I don't
Well,
know.
do we want to go down the bigger hallway now? That there's not spiders?
I'll go wherever. Just not that way.
Okay. If you backtrack down the hallway, you come to the large hall. As I mentioned, there's a very large number of footprints that seem to kind of move this way. They all stop as if they were walking into some other space, literally right once this line kind of here. It's almost as if they are walking, and then there's just no more footprints beyond that point.
What?
You see on the wall in front of you, kind of, not wall, but so much this space here, kind of in between these two passageways, there appear to be markings on the walls. Looks like they were chalk markings that were kind of drawn on it. And from what you can see, you see the Lady of the Deep symbol, and then you also see an arrow pointing towards the door on the left.
This?
No.
Oh.
Going this way.
Oh, this.
Yeah, going down this way.
Oh, okay. Well, that's ominous.
Mm.
But it looks like it was drawn in chalk. It's definitely not matching the motif of the rest of the Shadows of Madness here.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like there's... Because you said that the tracks end literally in front of where Belroth
Right.
and I are.
Correct.
Does it look like a trap or anything?
No.
Okay. Boop. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving. Okay.
I'll let you know if you're doing like a search for stuff. I'll give you an investigation check for traps.
Oh, okay.
You have guidance.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go up here,
Okay.
and then
The-
we're gonna inspect this door.
The door in front of you appears to be very similar to the door that you dealt with at the beginning. It's a push-open door.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have
Can-
any traps or anything crazy.
Can I tell if there's anyone, like, is there any noise beyond it?
Door's pretty heavy sized, so you're not 100% certain.
Okay. Do we want to open it? There might be a lady back there.
Well,
It's
we've
an
had
Amalia.
good luck and bad luck with ladies, so
And doors.
it's a toss-up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just
Or do we
flip
wanna
Terry
check
if
in?
it lands on his head. Then
I guess let's open the door.
Okay. One second here.
that's never good.
Oh God.
All right. So you open up the door, and you can see that it exits into kind of a larger room. The ceiling in this room is some 30 feet high. You can hear
Is
what.
it a normal ceiling?
Yeah, there's nothing crazy about
Belroth
it.
would check.
It's now checking.
You would note that yeah, it's very much normal. There does sound like there's some laughing, and you can kind of hear the sound of it almost sounds like a fleshy kind of tear. I guess is the best way to describe it. And then the laughing, you can hear voices speaking. Does anyone speak Giant?
Mm-mm.
If not, then they seem to be kind of speaking a very different and not normal to you language.
Not
Not normal to you. It's not one that you. Yeah, I guess it wasn't the best phrasing.
Ah!
I was gonna say foreign, but they're not. They're technically, not foreign. It's just
Yeah.
it's a not normal language.
Incomprehensible.
It's fucking weird.
You know what? Incomprehensible probably would have been a better way of saying what I was trying to say. Not normal. Definitely has
Right.
weird. Yeah, it's a weird language.
Like, you might have heard it on the street, but you don't really
Incomprehensible.
know what it is.
It's not normal, damn it.
Oh gosh. Okay.
But the
We're
chamber,
gonna be hearing from the Giants Association.
the chamber that you're in, you're looking at the ceiling, Belroth. Sen, you're kind of looking around. As you kind of look in the room and look to the right, you can see that in the corner to the right, kind of on that far wall, looks like there's just a bunch of rotted meat on the far right wall,
Oh,
um,
love it.
which is
Yes,
also
please.
not normal. Just a bunch of rotted meat. Looks like it's meat from all different types and all different sources. It's disgusting. Strangely, you can't smell it.
That's weird.
Does Sen have COVID?
No, but this is an interesting point. It doesn't It doesn't smell in this
At
room.
all.
It looks
That
like it
is-
should.
Yeah. That I
This
don't like
concerns
that.
me.
And maybe it's an illusion.
You know, not the worst idea.
You should eat some and find out.
Absolutely not.
I'm
Not
not
it.
gonna be the one to take a drink of something this time.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
go.
I'm a pescatarian.
Okay,
I per-
so do you want to check out the
Nah, man.
meat pile to the right, descend southwards towards the door that you can see very clearly? Looks like it's a similar locking mechanism to the well door that you saw back in the halls of Hellfire. Or do you want to go to the left where the sound of the giantkin and the sick meat tearing sound is coming from?
Not particularly. Do I see any more markings? Like the chalk marking things?
No, but there are footprints on the ground here. It looks like they go towards the door towards the south.
Oh, okay.
Are they giant?
No.
Are they similar to the ones that we had been following that disappeared?
Yes.
Ah.
There you go.
Okay. So then let's go that way.
Okay. Yeah, you would be able to see the ogres. They are sitting around what appears to be a small family, which they've already kind of tucked in on and are eating.
Well, glad they're happy.
So
We're not going down that small passage.
Oh, sorry. One last note, and this is actually the end of the game. Before you get to this position, you see a hallway to the right. And just as you're doing so, Sen, Belroth, Terry, everyone, you see a figure, appears to be humanoid, falling, or kind of very quickly moving from the right side of you, which would be the left side of the map, towards the wall on the right side of the map, and hits with a sudden force, splatters. The form then kind of slides off of the floor, and you look down at it, and it's Belroth.
But
And that's where we'll end the session for tonight. And we'll pick up next week with the aftermath of that. I do want something for just so I know how to
Belroth.
how to yep, yeah, you're looking down at your dead body. I would like for everyone to make a wisdom saving throw before we end the
I'm
session.
just gonna go ahead and say that I don't pass that.
You're just saying you don't pass
Or
that?
apparently I do.
Okay.
The pulsing meat ceiling gets me, but watching myself turn into goo does not.
You know
what?
You know what? Being a mercenary, you know your fate. Like, you know what's going to eventually happen to you.
Like, oh,
It's not the first time I've seen that face get smashed up into goo.
You know, I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people besides me. This has happened to them. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
anyways, that's where we'll end the stream, and we'll deal with the aftermath of those saving throws and the Belroth situation next session. Thanks for watching
Oh,
those.
no.
At